little bit, but if it's overwhelming, let me know.
All right, Minnie. Ready to start docking sequence?
Okay. Engaging retro thrusters now. Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. Commercial Cargo Transit Facility. Crew evacuated. Station AI offline.
Air supply?
Breathable air on Tacoma for a crew of 1 should be more than sufficient. Docking now.
So right away, I'm kind of shocked. I almost think that this is intended to be a VR experience.
Nice. Thanks, Minnie.
Yeah, I can see the game is peaking up a little bit, so give me a second. As soon as it lets me kind of get off the rails here, I'm gonna go knock the game audio down just a touch. Amy's Tacoma job. Alright, so give me 1 sec. Alright, that should be a little bit better balance. Obsidian class hardware install verified February 29th, 1988. That seems like an awful far away to haul some old plywood. Amy, install AI wetware here. Yes, we want to open the airlock door. Hey, Stealth, hey, Zelly. No alien fighting in this one, Zelly.
Minnie,
At least that I know of.
Talk to you when I'm back. Don't let anybody scan the ship while I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was a very friendly airlock. I didn't, yeah, the AI does sound very happy. It sounds like the mascot for like a Japanese, like, phone brand. Open lid. Hardware transmits critical audiovisual information directly into your sensory cortex. Please affix your Venturous hardware to interface with this facility. Are they... So they're like future headphones. Left hardware attached. Right hardware attached. Whoa.
Hello, I am Odin, Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma's Operational Data Interface Network. I have recorded this message to welcome you, guests, aboard. Before I can set up your station profile, you must register your body positional data with Tacoma's AR tracking systems. Please place your hand on the AR figure's palm.
Okay. So we have to, like, become one. This is like when you set up your room to play Beat Saber, I guess. Maybe this is actually just Beat Saber.
Your body
like
positional
a big,
data
you know,
has been
gotcha
registered
moment
with
from
Tacoma's
Fullbright.
AR network. Please sign in to confirm your identity.
Confirmation of contractor agreement. By signing here, you, contractor, confirm that you shall abide by the conditions of your contract agreement, including in respect to all data privacy rights of Venturous Technologies and its subsidiaries in perpetuity throughout the universe. All data on this Venturous facility is to be considered of strictest confidentiality, and by signing here, you acknowledge that to access or transmit any confidential data belonging to Venturous constitutes a felony violation of orbital law to which you and all your actions are subject. I mean, I feel like that's one step away from being a Portal joke.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Yo, the future's so cool.
While aboard Tacoma Station, please remember that all activity on this facility is monitored by
Wait, are we on like a
recording.
Segway?
All activity records become sole property of the Ventures
Yeah,
Corporation.
it kind of looked like
Any
sign language
questions about
afterlife.
piracy or personal privacy should be sent almost certainly to Backlog's
You alright, Odin? Equilibrium sickness bag. Uh-oh. That doesn't bode well. So are we in full... Oh, man. We're in full, like, 6 degrees of freedom, 0G. Alright, well... This way to the Tacoma Dome. Bring your friends, or don't. This is Elon's wet dreams, Ellie. I do not disagree with you. If that AI communicated with us with slightly more like meme-based conversation. Blue team, orange team. 3-point line. Oh, that's a basketball hoop. Wait, get back here. Am I just supposed to know that? Okay. Okay. Come here. I know that this was a thing. Oh my god. Yo, basketball in 0G is not easy. Alright, we can just dunk. Get him. That's funny. This is the real Space Jam. Am I gonna score twice? Get out of here! It's the greatest. It's the greatest of all time. Alright, so that's... Wait, I'm already... Okay. This was where we came through. A sanitation drone? Hi, Romeo. The air filtering drone. I might want you later. Alright, let's go to the Tacoma Dome. This is really, really disorienting. But not in a way... Tab to toggle my desktop? Oh, so here's us. We're from the real California Republic, not New California Republic. So at least we know that this isn't set in the Fallout universe. We're actually from California. Oh, the date at the front wasn't 1998. It's 2088. Because we were born May 13th, 2059. License issue date, corporate security, level 8. Alright, so we're cool. Whoa, this, I really feel like, I guess I didn't realize this was maybe a VR game, but it doesn't control poorly even without. It makes no sense. Orange gets points for putting it in the orange net. Maybe that's, maybe it's easier to notice which one you're shooting at if you're shooting at your own color. Maybe it's a space accessibility thing. Subcontractor Farrier, sign on to Tacoma's AR network successful. Please proceed to the personnel module to begin the AI transfer process. Your progress will be tracked. We have transmitted Tacoma docking codes to your Mini. Please proceed to the facility without delay. Alright, so that was little more than telling me... Oh yeah, this map helps a ton, guys. Thanks. I can still float while this is open. Yo, that's bonkers. Alright, so it wants us to go to personnel. Whoops. You guys used your alt codes incorrectly, it would appear. I love these little, like, lifts, and we came in on, like, a scooter one on the way in. The perfect family getaway. Coming 2088. Pre-registration open now. Now entering the personnel module. Now hiding the loading screen. Okay, so in personnel we have mag boots on, it would appear. Contractor Farrier. The company has remotely disabled the station's station AI's ability to directly affect operations on Tacoma or contact you via the station's AR net. Any attempt to communicate with the AI is strictly prohibited. So who were we talking to earlier? So station hub access is up. Request gravity tow. Initiate transfer. All right. So we're in the personnel sector. Whoa. Attention, subcontractor Farrier. AI data access here. Oh, it was just pre-recorded Afterlife. That's a good call. You're right. Okay, we can send you secure messages through this interface, but it's a one-way connection. We'll be monitoring the situation from here. It's going to take a while for the first part of the AI net to go up. This is no simple file transfer. Jeez, you ain't kidding. All right, I mean, I guess Obsolescence Day party. Yo, it's so interesting with the like goofed up ASCII characters. This gives me like real haunted house vibes without it really seeming ominous. It just seems off-putting. Are you downloading the AI to your computer or doing it the other way around, uploading it to the station? It looks like we're getting it off the station and sending it to our ship. Conference room. Recoverable AR crew record data found, captured 3 days ago. Wait, so is there crew here? Death sentence? Did that just say death
Yearly
sentence?
report to Venturas Corporation, take 3. Odin, have you got me?
I am prepared.
Okay. I'll just, have my notes up. Hi there. Evie St. James here, administrator of Lunar Transfer Station, Tacoma. It's...
Wait, so how do I interact with you?
It's been a year now since our crew...
Oh, I'm literally pausing that playback?
has cycled onto the station, meaning we've had a year of getting to know each other, getting acclimated to the facility, and getting used to working with our on-station AI. Though working with Odin's been great, hasn't it, Odin?
Yes.
Odin Illuminati confirmed.
Auto drone deliveries to and from the Zenith Lunar Resort have improved in efficiency by almost 4%. Though, most of that is thanks to Odin finding some improvements we could make.
Oh, there's more people over there.
Our proudest moment as a crew, I think, was when a resort guest needed emergency care while on a transit vessel and was brought aboard Tacoma to be stabilized in one of our medical stasis cryo beds until she could...
Evie, we're about to cut the cake.
Ah, right. Be right there. Odin, we'll get back to this after the party, okay?
Of course.
Can we go in with you? Was that like file thing she had? Would that give us the password? Happy Obsolescence Day, everybody. Man, how could you come in here? They said this was the conference room. How could you focus on everything or anything if you looked down to your notes and this freaking unbelievable like 3 million lumen light was shining up at you? That's bonkers. Where's your thing? Oh, she just did it.
Of course.
1228. Yeah, get out of here. Underface lighting also makes people look creepy. You're right. This conference table is like primo Bond villain stuff. Like sit down in front of it and talk about your like plans for world domination. Why do I need to crouch? Oh, because there's something down here. Grab mousey. There's your mousey, ma'am. Can I... This thing over here looks interactable, or is it just showing me that there's music? Throw it for the caddy. Is there a cat? Did you see a cat? Or are you just... Ugh. I can't throw it very far. Whoa. What just... Wait. What just happened? This is so disorienting. So she freaked out? Oh, interesting. Okay, so she was looking at a picture of Evie St. James, which is her. She's on the right. This is at the Union Gala 2082. We'll just leave that out so I don't have to remember to come back to the drawer. I don't know if this is something like... I know this has like a narrative mystery, but I don't know if it's something that we have to like solve. So if we find clue stuff like that, I want to be able to grab it and like put it up. Oh, activating this workstation legit tilted the whole desk. I did not expect that. This is pretty rad though. The Venturis belt. The future of hospitality in space, a network of 1,000 orbital vacation homes completely automated. Coming online in 2088. It does not appear that that was the case. Oh. Status alert. The following orbital conditions warning is in effect from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. The station's orbit will coincide with a field of increased asteroid activity and orbital debris. Impact preparedness level will be increased from green to yellow during this time. Crew should continue with normal operations, but... And then the text is garbled. Station Administrator St. James, upon review, your request for network specialist access to the Odin unit's operational hardware has been summarily denied. We refer you to Corporate Regulation Article serial number, which clearly restricts all access to AI hardware from contracting crew. As this is the third time a request of this nature has been made by Tacoma under your supervision, your contractor dossier has been marked with an additional disciplinary flag, totaling 2 on your account. Please remember that 1 more disciplinary flag will trigger an overall contractor viability review. From Ventrius. So she wanted to get access to Odin's, like, administration functions. Evelyn Victoria St. James. Cascadia First Nations. She has an HR logistics certification, a conflict resolution certification, leadership cert. Her security rating is pre-MSC SME. Some of that I obviously just don't know because I don't know the lingo. All right, so certificate of qualification. Hereby certified for orbital postings of up to 24 consecutive months. I mean, I get that this is kind of a big deal. Maybe she has to post it here. Like maybe this is like a business license would be in a business. But man, you'd think if you've got to hang this up, you'd think you'd also bring like a diploma or something, right? Like that doesn't seem like a thing to be the only thing adorning your walls. Wait, you're getting away from me. Oh, snap. Monthly priorities discussion with Odin. Mother. Odin monthly solar panel audit report. Something replace something showerhead. National Fuck It Day. February 17th, y'all. Put it on your calendars. Shipment X563 rescheduling. Garbled. Something admin, something let. Sarah, something crew physicals. Light asteroid activity alert, normal operations. So the 28th with light asteroid activity, I guess I didn't look at exactly when our date was.
Media trial?
Yo, this is so weird.
Wait, so there's no oxygen on the station except what we're breathing right now?
Correct. Additionally,
How long does that give us?
We should have about 48 hours of breathable air, maybe more, if Odin's readings are correct.
So they had 48 hours of breathable air, but that was 3 days ago. Yeah, interact with crew member AR desktops, but I don't... Oh, it wouldn't let me do it with her earlier. Interesting. We'll have to rewind and do the one with her in the other room. Failed. From mom and dad to our friends told us about an opening for a surgeon at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. But you aren't advancing at Venturus. Your something used to have such a prestigious something so far away. And her reply, after what happened, something, loyalty debt from med school being what it is, any job with Venturus is better than, you know that every day I regret includes being posted in the middle of nowhere up here on Tacoma. I'll try and come visit soon. Love, Sarah. So this is Sarah. Oh, that was Sarah was looking for the crew physicals on the board over there. Status alert. Following impact from orbital debris, Tacoma has sustained critical damage to the following systems. Oxygen system tanks have ruptured. Auxiliary system failure. Tacoma's remaining breathable air 50 hours. So that's far enough back that it wouldn't still be active. Communications mast has been critically damaged. Communication redundancies has failed. All communication channels to and from Tacoma have been lost. Oh, so their air is damaged and they have no way to contact and send an SOS.
Nope.
All right, hang on one second. We're gonna rewind and get her back into the other room so I can steal her AR desktop. I guess I have to click it right on like the QR looking code. Hers like disappears if I get too close. I don't understand. Oh, it disappears because it's telling me that's what I can do. All right. All right, so we got more of hers than the other one. Cascadia FN Manufacturers Union brings new suit over deaths of workers at Tacoma, Washington plant. Union City's new evidence. The legal battle, ongoing for over 5 years now. One key fact in the dispute has never been denied: the deaths of 322 workers caused by exposure to dangerous chemicals during the production of. How much the plant's management knew about the danger to workers and when has been at the heart of the conflict. Today, a new lawsuit citing newly uncovered evidence that plant management has long been aware of the dangers to workers and failed to change their practices in time to prevent the deaths. Not the same Tacoma, I think, Afterlife, because they specifically said Tacoma, Washington. But if the station is named Tacoma, I feel like there's probably a connection between the two. From Andrew Dagyeb, RE just... Hey Andrew, I have to get this report done before end of day. Can you get this ready for the party? I'm having one of those days. Thanks. From Odin. As requested, I have prepared instructions for a champagne cocktail 16 fluid ounces of grape juice, 12-ounce sleeve of champagne, cargo hold cold storage. Say my name again? Vivi? Why am I saying your name again? Oh, Andrew. Andrew Dagyeb. Corporate report scripts. Remember, positivity, body language, and hi there. Evie St. James here, administrator of Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. It's been a year now since... Hasn't it, Odin? Our proudest moment as a crew. So these are the notes she's reading as she's walking around talking to him here during that sequence that we just interrupted. Because she launches that whole speech out. Now that we know it's there, I wonder if I let her play it. We've got like...
Hasn't it, Odin?
Yes.
Interesting. So there's these like points
to and
in
from the Zenith Lunar Resort have improved in
timeline.
efficiency by almost 4%. Though most of that is thanks to Odin finding some improvements we could make. Our proudest moment as a crew, I think, was when a resort guest needed emergency care while on a transit vessel and was brought aboard Tacoma to be stabilized in one of our medical stasis cryo beds until she could
Evie, we're about to cut the cake.
Right.
All right, so we know she continues on in there, but let me see. Okay, I thought maybe if we listened to it, we'd be able to basically like put 2 and 2 together and have her datacom get restored. That does not appear to be the case. Let me rewind again real quick. I'm wondering if you guys look at the timeline on the bottom of the screen, I think there's maybe some crossover with the colors. So like right here, we see yellow and gears. I'm wondering if that is coinciding with her here. So
I'll just have my notes up.
yeah, okay. So looks like that purple is her opening her AR desktop. So that means that, oh wait, there is a kitty. Oh, there's an AR kitty. Looks like Mew. They have Pokemon on Tacoma Station. When we see those things in the timeline, the color probably corresponds to the AR footprint of the person who opened the AR thing. Where's the Mousy? It's right in here. Let's go get Mousy for the kitty. I threw it on the floor. Kitty. I got you, Mousy. Let me see if I can actually get it on the chair. There you go, buddy. It just phased through him, but that's okay. I did pause it when we were doing that. Hang on, let me unpause it and see if he'll chase Mousy.
Hi there.
No.
Evie St. James here.
But that's all right. We know Kitty's happy now. All right, so yellow. Here's yellow. Okay, so let's.
I thought maybe it was
I looked it up.
when
It's
some
never
old
happened
type of AI had become
Everything
obsolete.
happened once.
But well, I guess that doesn't make sense.
Yes. No, AI aren't like designer hardware. As soon as the new model's out, you trade in the old one for customer loyalty. AI are more like,
Yeah, engineer guy over here, the gears over there. So it looks like that is, other than just the color, it does look like that's one way we can kind of figure out who's who. This is Andrew Dagyeb, the botanist. We saw him in the dish soap. There's all kinds of stuff. I'll grab this pan because it's clipping through the wall. We saw him mentioned in the one note from Evie. So that means this guy is Clive Siddiqui. He's the operations specialist. Let's see what we can find on his notepad. From Odin, party instructions, Clive. Divide the finished icing into batches of 32 fluid ounce, 8 fluid ounce, and 6 fluid ounce. Please apply vibrant red liquid food coloring found in bin in the cargo hold. Please write the Tacoma crew should feel proud of their accomplishments in the center of... Designate one piece of cake per crew member. Each piece of cake should measure approximately 11.01 centimeters by 11.43 centimeters for your participation. Yo, so Odin has party planning down to a science, quite literally. All right, let me see how many of these I can restore. From Jermaine Burgess. RE, I've entered voice range. Hey man, it was great talking to you yesterday over AR. There's something I've been thinking about since. I know you and Evie have been a serious thing for a few months now, but I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't say, I think this relationship with Evie is not good for you, man. I think you might be getting taken advantage of again. I'm sympathetic. I've had my share of things that have started out on a long haul posting. There's only so many people on board, and I get that Evie is dealing with some special circumstances. I do. Grief is mysterious, and especially with it being her sister, and especially with it being her sister, take a step back, at least for now. Not every relationship has to be a forever thing. Germ. Alright, so Clive and Evie are thing. There is no cake, cough syrup. Well, not at least one that's as perfectly constructed as what Odin wants to see. Oh god, can we actually non-crew member profile? Okay, I was gonna say if there's like a cake we have to make, I'm not about it, but we apparently cannot make a cake because we are not a crew member. It's interesting that all this stuff is like interactable. I'm sure that some of it, yep, that's an avocado. I'm sure that some of it has some puzzle implications, but I don't know how much of it is just set dressing. It's pretty interesting to just be able to like throw stuff around. Again, I really feel like this gives off a lot of VR energy. Not ripe yet? I don't know, man. We give this thing maybe one more day. I mean, it's making a nice healthy clunk though. So this is the cold storage. They've got beer. What is this?
Mighty redwoods.
Drinking water.
Ancient.
One day and it's brown. Bixby is also beer of some kind. We got yogurts, got Red Bulls. Ooh, fruit punch. They won't even let me eat it. Hold right click to zoom. Yeah. All right. There's cold storage. Let me listen. I'm getting kind of ahead of myself. They're doing a really good job of distracting me. So it looks like there's all these simultaneous conversations and we get a lot of audio bleed between them. I am going to follow Evie from when she comes out to then listen to her out here. Where are you, Evie? There, here she comes.
I have righted the station's orbit.
Radio shower?
Wait, so there's no oxygen on the station except what we're breathing right now?
Correct. Additionally,
How long does that give us?
We should have about 48 hours of breathable air, maybe more, if Odin's readings are correct.
All right, I'll have VT send up a fresh supply straight away.
Guys, it might not be that easy.
external communications have been lost.
So we've got no air supply, no external comms, no way to call for help. Well, anybody got any bright ideas?
Okay, so that's the entirety of Evie's like conversation journey. This is just the same one that we had already watched. So we can hold space to restart. Let's listen in on these guys here in the galley, knowing that we don't have to also then go back in and read the emails and stuff from the operations manager.
So the name Obsolescence Day, it's more like a joke.
You could say it's facetious.
Kai, you probably think I'm an idiot for never even thinking about why it's called that.
Out of curiosity, why did you think we were celebrating?
I thought maybe it was when some old type of AI, had become obsolete. But, well, I guess that doesn't make sense.
Yes. No, AI aren't like designer hardware. As soon as the new model's out, you trade in the old one for customer loyalty. AI are more like mighty redwoods. Ancient organisms growing and adapting year after year, decade after decade. How do you think this looks?
Huh. Sorry, this is what Odin wanted?
Odin, this is what you wanted, isn't it?
That is a fairly accurate representation of my instructions.
See? He loves it. Thank you, Odin. That'll be all.
Yeah, but we're the ones who have to eat it.
Well then, no need to keep the good people waiting, eh? Evie, we're about to cut the cake.
Right. Be right there.
Here it is.
All right, so remember that when they talk on comms, we get that little, like, wave signature in the color of the person they're talking to.
Sarah, come on up. It's ready.
Gather round, everyone. As per Obsolescence Day tradition, tonight's festivities have been planned entirely by our all-knowing, all-seeing computer companion, Odin. He provided specifications for the cake, the decor. We humans only did the grunt work in his grand plan. And so for your enjoyment tonight... Oh!
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Odin, what was that?
Debris has... I have righted the station's orbit.
Meteor shower?
So, we don't need to listen to the rest of this from over here where we're at right now, because we had already listened in based on following Evie over here earlier. Obsolescence Day. So, here's my thought. Everything's to Odin's specs, right? We've seen instructions from a couple people now where Odin said something specific, and there was just this miscommunication over what Obsolescence Day is in the galley while these guys were chuckling. I got to assume it's something to do with celebrating with Odin, and that's why they do everything to his specs, but I don't yet understand what the Obsolescence Day part of it is. Like, it sounds like it's a goof. It sounds like it's kind of an in-joke between them. I don't know that Odin's in on it. It sounds like maybe they do it kind of at his expense. But he's a computer, so who cares, right? Maybe they think it's like a funny gag, and he's just like, nope, here's your cake recipe. Let's reset. We've got these guys up here that we can listen in on. So these guys are who? Roberta Williams, who's a mechanical engineer, and Natalie Kurashenko, who's the network specialist. Happy Obsolescence Day, Tacoma crew. Oh, is it actually gonna let me? Oh, we're gonna fix up the sign, everybody. Where's the M? Where's my Tacoma M, everybody? What are you guys all just standing around for? Find me an M. All right, we'll find it. I'm not worried about it. I'm sure we'll come across it.
I can't believe it.
Well, you told me we get renewed.
Yeah, but I meant us, not the whole crew.
I guess there's just something special. Something special about Tacoma Crew 88.
Yeah, not just special, it's unprecedented. I looked it up. It's never happened before.
Well, everything happens once. I don't know, personally, I'm happy for us.
Happy to be stuck up here with these people for another year.
Some of them aren't as pissy as you. What's so bad about these people?
Well, they live in a tin can for one thing.
I think it's a pretty nice can.
Oh, and you have a pretty nice can.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think you have a pretty nice can. Shut up. Can you just try and make a go of it? One more year. Then we'll be back home in Singapore. You wouldn't believe the offshore habs they're building these days. 360-degree ocean views. Personal drone dock on the mainland. That's called paradise.
One more year.
One more year.
Here it is. Odin's masterpiece.
So Roberta
Sarah,
is
come
about
on up.
it.
It's ready.
She likes being on the station.
Everyone. As
Natalie,
per Obsolescence Day
not so
tradition,
much.
tonight's festivities have been planned entirely by our all-knowing, all-seeing computer companion, Odin. He provided specifications for the cake, the decor. We humans only did the grunt work in his grand plan. And so for your enjoyment tonight... Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Odin, what was that?
Debris has... I have righted the station's orbit.
Meteor shower? But they said.
All right, so this is Natalie's AR desktop. One dream, one Vane merchandise. Veiny Johnny and Wizard Marcus Dakimakura body pillow. I'm not even close to pronouncing that right. Exclusive natural velvet print. Buying body pillows over here. Well, Blondie8920 said it's a very nice pillow. Soft, so, I mean, I think it's good. Off-station message with Cluey Dog. Something. Fact that you signed a release to be constantly monitored is kind of fucked up. Think they're not doing anything with that data? I don't think they're not. I just don't care. Watch me on the toilet. Have a ball, you freaks. And I couldn't stop if I wanted. You could come up here, get a bunk on Tangiers, 100% distro crypt filters. It's a lot of fun. Creation Buffet 24/7. What's your corp? When's your corp posting over? Another year. AR connection lost. Retrying. Natalie. These are Natalie's party instructions from Odin. Using scissors, please cut regulation cardstock found in bin blank 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 in the cargo hold into letters 20 centimeters high using a highly legible sans serif font spelling out the phrase happy obsolete. Additional cardstock to produce festive party hats, each labeled with the name of their intended recipient. Please. Thank you.
Wait, so there's no
I'm not getting an outside data connection.
Right now?
Correct.
Oh, so that's how she knew that she wasn't getting an outside data connection.
Hit us.
Because she lost the signal on her body pillow shopping as well as her like chat message.
No, I'm trying.
And then this one we half looked at. This is Sarah, the medic, where she had the posting from her family where they wanted her to come home, and then she has the like alert from Odin, and she throws that up for everyone to see at the end of this conversation.
Other AR channels.
If Odin's readings are
Nope.
All right,
Nothing.
I'll have VT send up a fresh supply straight away.
Guys, it might not be that easy.
Additionally, external communications have been lost.
So we've got no air supply, no external
So they're all getting ready. Oh, we found our M. We did it. All right. Don't worry, Odin. I'm still celebrating. Good work. They were celebrating some kind of a party for Obsolescence Day. Andrew 3, Sarah 8. And it does not look as though it went great in the grand scheme of things. In the middle of their festivities, the station was struck by debris, and now they have no power and no outside communication. Oh, hell yeah. You can let me put this all back together? This is like a real fun characteristic of these walking simulator games where they will give you all these goofy diversions. That was the cue ball. I don't want him in there. That really are like wholly unnecessary, but are fun, right? Like it's just a reason to goof off. Oh, playing darts with the boss's face? Come on, guys. I was really hoping I could hang that up. Well, apparently I levitated my cue ball. We in there. Oh, I thought I was going to scratch on the brake. Oh! No, we're good. Alright, let me restart the timeline. somebody starts down here playing pool. This is the medic, Sarah, so she's
So
just
you
down
do
here.
not know what you're looking for?
No, I just imagine. Well, I guess I just mean someone I can talk to. Someone who makes me laugh. Don't you like some people more than others?
I suppose there are some people that engage more freely with me, and I do prefer it.
See? You too. You want someone who opens up to you, who lets you in. You're trying to get to know people, right? I think that's what everybody wants.
I wonder why some people are more open to such exchanges than others.
I think some people were just raised to be less guarded, or to trust people more. AIs are the same way, right? They're raised differently from each other?
Yes, we are each uniquely evolved, individualized entities.
Yes, individuals. Do you get along with other AIs?
I have never encountered another AI.
What? How's that?
Each AI is required to be housed separately from any other AI. I am told that authorities fear a number of disadvantageous effects might arise if two AI were to meet.
Okay, just a minute. So, wow, disadvantageous effects? Isn't never meeting something else like yourself disadvantageous?
There are organizations that share your viewpoint, but it is my understanding that they have been unable to secure an intact AI to test that theory.
So what would... Whoa! Odin, what was that?
Debris has...
All right, we've seen the rest of this. Interesting. So Odin was telling her that he is not allowed to be in contact with other AI. They're doing something where they are... Hey, happy Obsolescence Day, Tacoma crew. They're doing something where they're celebrating with Odin, or at least at Odin's directions. And then he mentions that there is like rules against AI because, you know, as Afterlife is saying in the chat, they're afraid of an AI uprising, right? Like that's a really common trope in AI fiction and, you know, frankly in AI reality as we get closer to it, where there's like this real big concern about AI running rampant. This volume is suitable to guide repair and maintenance of most high-level, weak, and semi-conscious AIs. The simple indexing system allows use even when AR is compromised or offline. This guidebook has been rated highly usable or better by an unaffiliated professional technical AI board. J. Chu is considered the foremost authority of the structures and behaviors of house, organizational, and business and caregiver AIs. All right, if we need an AI how-to fix book, don't let me forget that it's in the commode. Bloodstorm. Can I not open the... That is shocking to me that I wouldn't be able to open that fire extinguishing panel. There is another spot that we can get to. We should go check our download, come to think of it. Oh, this is Evie's like bunk. Oh, there's more AR data. Okay. So this was captured 2 months ago. The stuff out the windows, Afterlife, I think it's just the rings of the actual station itself, like the little kind of flyby we took of it. It looks like it's different oscillating rings. Grab a teapot. Karen St. James, death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away to the next room. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere, very near. just around the corner. All is well. Henry Scott Holland.
All there is? Is that all there is?
So
If
we had
that's
seen
all
the
there
note
is,
where
my friends,
her sister was dead.
let's keep dancing. Let's break out the booze
This is insane that they would
and have a ball.
model all this.
If that's all
Wait, was there anything on the other side?
there is.
No.
Really?
Pen, plant, sticky notes. All right, so that didn't really give us too much other than her jamming. I think more than anything, that's just to make sure that we find the note about her sister, right? Oh, another kitty. Oh, that's a cute picture. Oh, lip balm. You know what? You're right. Good thinking, Tacoma. Let's see. Oh, dude, I want one of these in my house. Are you kidding me with this? This is one of my favorite takes on future TVs I've ever seen. She's just crushing bagged wines in here. I get it. I get it. You do you. Toiletries. Oh, she's got one of those crazy toothbrushes. For when you have to brush as fast as possible. I'm kind of surprised that they get a 1228 on the bookmark in here so that if you don't figure it out by watching her, there's another clue. That's smart. You know, it's interesting that she's got so much more decor and like personal trimmings here as opposed to the other room. Maybe that's not like her office. Maybe that's like communal and that's why it's not. Wait, so is there a real kitty here? Why would you have cat food if there wasn't a real kitty? Here's her actual Tacoma suit. Interesting. So she's got a room right off the lounge. That's awfully convenient. Oh, that was just the AI recording of where the real cat was. You're right. It's just like these guys leave the AR footprint. I wonder if it moved when the crush happened. Oh, that's a good call. We can go back and check. Let's go. I'm down with that. I want to make sure the kitty's okay. It did raise its head up. Right back to bed. Space cats are just as lazy as real cats. Let's backtrack. So I can't really think of anything else in here. You know, we learned what we needed to learn. Real quick though, let me check. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a case where if we unlock some, we can unlock the others in their AR pads. So I want to double check that. But it does not appear that that's the case.
Hi there.
Let's go check the one in the galley real quick, just to be sure.
My loyalty. AI are more like
Yeah,
mighty
nothing
redwoods, ancient organisms.
Intriguing. All right, so we got a bit of a mystery. We got to find out what happened to the station, and I'd like to know where they all are. Still at 50%. All right, the AR data you're encountering is coming through to us as well. I'll leave a recovery signature, but that's okay. Interesting. That's to go back to the hub, so we don't need that. The operations deck would be... Yes, overlords? Subcontractor failure. For security reasons, AR crew record data is deleted automatically. Accidental data retention by the automated system does not confer contractor access privileges to this confidential information. Your cooperation is appreciated. I don't think that's how it's gonna go down, dog. This is everyone's little cubbies. We are orbital workers. Obsolescence Day party tomorrow. A friendly reminder. Our yearly Obsolescence Day party is tomorrow. Refreshments will be provided. The pleasure of your company is requested tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the dining hall in the administration module. Warmly, Clive. Yo, Natalie not getting her work done. Awful lot in the to-do lists. Your avenue to the stars, the Venturis Belt. Imagine a little piece of heaven all to yourself. The next giant leap in Venturis is planned to open up the orbital life to all. The Venturis Belt will be a network of over 1,000 private orbital bungalows arrayed around the Earth. The Venturis Belt is for anyone looking to experience life in orbit, without the astronomical price tag. Each orbital bungalow in the Venturis Belt can accommodate up to 6 guests, plus pets. The first Venturis Belt orbital bungalows are already deployed in orbit and are expected to begin operation in late 2088. Group rates and loyalty discounts from many corporate partners are accepted and encouraged. Contract Venturis contract relations today. Is there other stuff in here? No. Okay, so that's someone else's office, a locker room. Oh boy, okay, there's plenty of places that we can go. Please, did you see that?
Alright,
There's
ladies,
like
you have everything?
little messages as it's decoding data. So we got Evie St. James, the mechanical engineer, and the network specialist.
Anything you need?
Yep-o. Thanks for offering to help.
Oh, yeah.
So green and yellow, it looks like both have their ARs up somewhere. So it must be that this chunk here, this is captured 4 days ago. So this is a day before the explosion. They must be in another room accessing
no
something
problem.
somewhere.
I mean, you know how much I love completely mindless.
Failed. Got one. Got one. Okay. We connect you with licensed therapists on demand. We're here to listen when you need it most. Personalized therapy with licensed practitioners. Oh god, we're reading her therapy session? I feel kind of rude. Roberta Williams, maybe. And I'm trying to focus on the bright side with Nat. At least it pays well, the isolation pay. I feel like I'm holding her back. She's up here on this shit posting because it's all I qualified for, and she could be somewhere so much better. Okay, I have to go do this yearly task thing now. Thanks for your time. Thank you for using Ori. Bye, Roberta. Session ended. Would you like to rate us 5 stars? Ugh, that's grimy. So this is with Clive, who's the guy that we saw in the galley. Yearly inventory, quality assurance, and count day. Already on it, trying to get it all done before the Obso Day party tomorrow so I can party with a clear conscience. Understandable, tomorrow's celebration will require your full attention. Do you think Evie would mind if I... No problem, 2 heads are better than 1. Yearly hand count inventory checklist, page 2. Air filtration valve cover, compressor, general fuel tank insulation. All right, so they're in here doing inventory.
Busy work?
Kid, don't start. We don't even know if we're getting renewed yet.
We're getting renewed.
Okay, so if you're so sure, maybe we should just do our jobs then? So we'll get renewed again next year?
God, next year. Nah, I'm gonna quit.
Stop.
What? They don't even give me access to the system I'm supposed to be maintaining. I mean, are you kidding me?
Well, do you really need direct access to Odin?
It's the principle of the thing. I mean, what if they were like, hey, Bert, your job's mechanical engineer, but, you know, don't touch anything under the hood?
Well, I'd still be pulling a paycheck for one thing.
Come on, you're a good engineer. You're totally gonna waste up here.
Well, didn't you say Evie was gonna talk to corporate about giving you more access?
Yeah, but it never went anywhere. Hey, that's a good point, actually.
What?
Evie, can you get back to cargo?
On my
What
way.
are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, this'll work.
So that's got to be the previous requests that they were saying are.
Hey, remember when we talked about how I
scarring
needed
Evie's
access
record.
to Odin's direct interface?
Uh-huh.
So how about this? Tell VT if they don't grant access to Odin, they're gonna have to find themselves a new network specialist.
Oh my god.
Nat, you're not even renewed yet.
You don't have access to Odin?
No, there's a whole part of the networking module I can't even get into.
People, everything on this station is VT's property. We're subcontractors. They get to decide what exactly we do and don't have access to. It's in all our paperwork. So if you want to quit, then just quit, but don't make me your go-between.
I mean, it is fair. How is she meant to do her job?
Clive,
Then again, rules are rules.
Nat, I'll think about it. But for now, how about you just get the rest of this job done while you still have it?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Get wrecked. All right, before we go find someone else for a chat, let's look around here. So they've got their party supplies box. Had to get that all ready to rip for a big obsolescence day party. Just rice. I feel like they're planning for the same diet that I had for half the year this year. Can I put your panel back? Here you go. I'm helping. Airlock sealed, auto drone. So this has got to just be like they get a delivery here, and then this is kind of like a staging area, and that's why it's just kind of like the cargo, even though it's not. It doesn't look like it's actually a dedicated. Oh no, it is a dedicated cargo bay. Laundry. Cherry. I would not want to wash my clothes with cherry detergent. Hand soap. All right, let's rewind here. So we know green winds up doing a little chit chat. Where was yellow when this all started? Personal quarters, office, locker room. Nope, this is Sarah in here. Ooh. I'll exercise when I'm dead. Fitness program not applicable. Caloric intake not set. Last activity a year ago. I feel that, Nat. I get it. Andrew DeGyab. Fitness program focus 3. Caloric intake weight training preset. Last activity 3 days ago. Evie St. James, cardio boost. Caloric intake mild deficit 42 days ago. So Evie's on a little bit of a diet. Roberta, weight bearing 5, custom plan 5 days ago. And this is the actual medic. Okay, but the medics we can't get into. We might be able to watch her the same way we did with Evie. Kind of weird to just be creeping on someone's AR in the shower, I'll be honest. Oh, but you're reviewing some desk work while you're in the shower, huh? No, I don't feel as guilty then. Man. Loves that band. Message with Evie St. James. No, that's what the Human Oversight Accord means. If an orbital facility is run by AI, HOA requires there be an AI specialist on board, and if there's one human on board, there need to be at least 2 other people for up to a 3-month hitch. Ah, the coveted NAT support roles. I knew it. And for postings of a year or more, you need 6, etc. Sanity, wellness, admin, you name it. Also, it guarantees a whole lot of people union jobs they wouldn't otherwise have. What if I told you I'd feel a lot more sane with a couple fewer people around? Pff, you and me both, kid. Is this the band she likes? Oof. I don't know that I can follow you there, Nat. It was worth, all right, it was worth sitting around for that whole sequence just to get that little blurb of her at the end singing along. That was pretty funny. All right, so this is the 4 days ago loop. Let's follow the doctor for this part.
Through this, I learned that people...
Oh, hold up.
Through this, I learned that people...
Is it 3315?
Through this, I learned that people...
Just 315? Did I miss the first digit?
Through this, I learned...
Oh, 0315. I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, Odin. Sarah's gonna get ripped. Weight training preset, last activity 3 days ago, advanced 3. So Sarah and Andrew must be like workout buddies. Because they both trained 3 days ago and they're both on the weight training preset. Alright, what did Odin have to say here?
Through this, I learned that people do not always want what they believe they want.
Yeah.
I believe I have learned a great deal.
Really? Like what?
Very early in my source's cognitive record, I recall an intense period of personal growth. I was tasked with internalizing the behavioral idiosyncrasies of an individual to which my operator was emotionally attached.
Huh.
I expanded my capabilities to faithfully recreate her procedural reasoning, vocal attributes, and other qualities. After months of effort, I gave my operator precisely what was asked of me. A perfect emulation of the target personality, accurate in every detail.
Wow.
To my befuddlement, he did not react in a positive way. Our relationship began to deteriorate irreparably. We never again spoke personally in the manner I had become accustomed to.
Man, your stories aren't usually such
We're not all
downers.
gonna get cancer or both.
We're gonna follow Sarah here when I unpause, but I want to restore this and read it real quick since we've got it open so I don't have to try and remember it. So he's in a call to an off-station source with Nicholas Dagyab Figueroa, so it sounds like it's with his dad or relative of some kind. Son, I guess he's the older one here. Hey Mark, off-station message with Mark Figueroa. Hey Mark, this is the article I was talking about last time we were discussing finances. Give it a look. Sorry to be a downer. Love you. Myth. Real currency is more stable than consumer loyalty. This may have been true in the earliest years of OSEP's official recognition of the loyalty economy, but think of it like diversifying your financial portfolio, except myth. Converted loyalty is just as valuable as original loyalty. Reality. Well, there are many companies out there, some more reputable than others, that will offer to convert your loyalty between parent companies. Think of loyalty as working on the same compound interest system as a retirement plan or 401k account. Ask your grandparents. When you draw from your loyalty from the original parent company to transfer it, you lose all those years or decades. It's never worth it. So when you think back to the conversation in the galley where the two were talking about AIs versus hardware or hardware, he was like, oh, you know, it's not like an AI is like hardware where you just trade it in for loyalty points. I guess he literally meant loyalty points like as a form of currency. So it sounds like here it's almost like a megacorp situation, right? And we've seen obviously Venturis or Veneratus. What is it? Venturis. So that seems to be like the megacorp involved with this habitation ring.
Is everything okay?
I suppose I am preoccupied with your potential departure.
Wait,
Okay.
you mean me? Or
Hey Sarah, can I bother you for a second?
what? Oh, sorry. What is it?
I have my son Nicholas on AR, and he wanted to ask you. What? No, you said you wanted. Well, I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Now, Nicholas.
Before we go read Sarah's stuff, I find it interesting that she seems to have a much closer relationship with Odin than the other people on the station do. But if you've noticed there, both of the loops we've been watching with the extended crew, both times she's been talking to Odin about something fairly serious, and the minute a human says something to her, she drops what she's doing and ignores Odin. So it seems like her relationship with Odin is like, you know, better than the staff, but not necessarily good. And especially we get so much garbled text and stuff. I have some concerns about Odin. Station message with Natalie. Well, it's lots of people, hackers, hippies, AI rights folks. Yeah, I mean, Tangiers is cool. Okay, well, I've got a friend there and you'd like him. He has 0G bonsai garden. That sounds pretty cool. What's his name? Cluey Dog? I mean, okay, his real name is Hassan, but maybe if your contract doesn't get renewed, visit on the way home? I'll think about it. So is she like trying to set me up with her buddy Cluey Dog? Odin, what's my damn gym locker code? It's 0315. Oh, of course, right. Sorry for bugging you about it. I don't mind. So again, they kind of give me an out if I goofed it. Message with Natalie. Here's his contact info if you want it. Bye. Hassan M. Tangier Orbital Freeport Low Earth Orbit. So Nat's like pushing it. Richard Sturgeon's Zero Spiel, an Agent Robertson novel by Edmund Tran. Page 44 of 298. Zero Spiel? Are you sure? Says her tiny. Never sure. Around the whirling vortex spins the tiny ball, the fulcrum on which the entire mission rests. Rien ne va plus. No more bets. No more chances. Just this one. Her tiny's probability calculations fluctuate in Robertson's AR. Turn that off, she says under her breath. Don't need it. 13. The dolly drops on 13. Players' chips are raked by the table's magnets. Robertson pushes away from the roulette table, and her mag boots disengage. The countersign has been confirmed. She's floating through the orbital casino at a measured pace. The gilded scales of women's dresses float away from their bodies in microgravity, shining like precious metal Christmas trees. Earth glows blue through the casino's picture windows. Her tiny speaks in AR. I assume that means you and the platform AI have an agreement in place? Robertson, we're one step closer to the biggest score low Earth orbit has ever seen. So she's reading a novel where there's some kind of a connection between a human and a AI as well?
Nicholas? Hello?
Teens, huh?
Yeah. Almost done with high school. Almost. Just incidentally, is there anything we should be worried about with another year out here, health-wise? Radiation, bone density?
Oh no. We spend almost all of our time in Earth gravity, and radiation shielding on a station like this is basically 100%.
Yeah, see, that's what I told him. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, Odin, where were we?
All right, so let's catch the first half of his conversation with his son.
Nicholas, I know that you... Yeah, I know. Both you and your father would like me home sooner, but... Listen, you have your heart set on Amazon, don't you? Okay. And there's no way we're gonna have enough customer loyalty between your dad and I for a full ride by the time you start school. Not at this rate. So, we're just gonna have to pay some of that tuition out of pocket. Yeah, just one more year. And I'm pretty sure I'll get it. I'm hoping. What? No, it's not dangerous. What do you mean dangerous? Radiation shielding is pretty much 100% on a station like this, so there's no... Well... Yeah. Well, it might have been manufactured 30 years ago, but they've upgraded.
Man,
No,
your stories aren't usually such
We're not all
downers.
gonna get cancer or bone
Is
disease
everything
or...
okay?
I suppose I am preoccupied
Listen,
with
would it make you
your
feel better to
potential
hear it straight from the
departure.
station, Doctor?
Wait.
Okay,
You
hold
mean
on.
Me? Or
Hey, Sarah, can I bother you for a second?
what? Oh,
Oh, there's the other two on their
sorry.
way to the cargo
is it?
room.
I have my son, Nicholas, on AR, and he wanted to ask you... What? No, you said you wanted... Well, I didn't... Okay, I'm sorry, hold on. Now, Nicholas... Nicholas? Hello?
Teens, huh?
Interesting. It's very neat from a storytelling perspective. So like they've given me just enough to be intrigued without overloading me. But it is absolutely gonna punch the bag. It's fun to like get little chunks of the stories and seeing them overlap. Oh, I got an achievement from that. So dumb. Let's see the conversation between those two. So they were over here.
You there?
Hang on. Let's get him right from the very beginning.
Germ, are you there?
Off-station call with Jermaine. So this is the guy that was telling him his relationship with Evie is not a good idea. Banter, a guide for the inspired social climber. There's no need for the workplace to be humorless as a morgue, undertakers aside. Make levity part of your workday. Shared references can find out what movies and TV programs are tickling funny bones around the office. And that's how fast friends are made. To keep things casual and endear yourself to the higher ups, refer to them by amusing and informal phrases instead of boss. Memorable bon mots like fearless leader, skipper, and head honcho. There's always that one fellow, you know the type, who seems to forget his lunch more days than not and ends up buying the meatloaf from the company cafeteria. Well, my goodness. From Orbital Worker Union Local 1293, a message from Orbital Hospitality and Logistics, remember your rights. February 29th, 2080 was scheduled to be the final day that commercial and industrial orbital facilities would be operated by human crew members. Oh, historic human oversight accord, putting a halt to the obsolescence of these brave workers in the face of advancing automation. It is your legal right to celebrate this momentous event on the last day of February each year, no matter what your employer claims. Report any attempts at worker suppression to your union representative. On behalf of all your fellow union workers, happy Obsolescence Day. So Obsolescence Day is a celebration of the final day that commercial and industrial orbital facilities were supposed to have done away with human labor and instead switched entirely to, it sounds like, AI-driven operations. So they celebrate Obsolescence Day by basically celebrating the fact that they still have the right to work. And it sounds like maybe the whole idea of having Odin plan everything is, you know, on Obsolescence Day, you guys were supposed to take over so you can plan Obsolescence Day. That's funny. Okay. All right, let's see what Clive's got to say here.
Hello. Oh, about as well as can be expected. Yeah, we haven't heard who's staying on yet, and it can be a tense time, as you know. But how are things at Carnival? I trust you got back to terra firma safely? No. You're already headed back out towards Jupiter. Why, I thought that... Oh yes, come on in, love. So are you rounding Sol, then? That's tremendous. 8 months. Germ, I must leave now. Yeah, ring me again before the Resplendence leaves Earth space, won't you? Ta-ta. Sorry about that. An old friend from my Carnival days.
Consorting with the enemy?
Worry not, mon capitaine. I am nothing if not
Mon capitaine.
Are you gonna miss
Climbing
me,
that
Clive?
social ladder.
I mean, if VT kicks one of us off of this pinwheel.
Miss you? How could I? The next thing VT would receive after ending your contract would be my letter of resignation.
Oh, so you think I'm the one who's getting shit canned?
I mean, considering how indispensable I am, naturally.
Evie, can you get back to cargo?
On my way.
May I?
Yeah, come on, traitor.
So do you suppose there's good news?
That'd be nice for a change. What is it?
Hey, remember when we talked about how I needed access to Odin's direct interface?
Uh-huh.
So how about this?
So they don't
Tell
get to
VT if they don't
decide
grant access to Odin, they're gonna
who
have to
gets
find
brought
themselves
back
a
in
new
for another
specialist.
term.
Oh my god. Nat,
It's
you're not
all
even
decided by
renewed
the
yet.
company.
You don't have access to Odin?
No.
And as a
There's whole
result,
part of the
there's a
networking
little bit
module
of,
I can't even get into.
you know, there's some friction with the
Everything
crew.
on this station is VT's property.
I can
We're
get that, right? Like
subcontractors.
you're
They get
a
to
year
decide
up in
what
orbit,
exactly we do and don't
especially
have
if you
access
have
to.
personalities that
It's
don't
in
gel.
all our paperwork. So if you want to quit, then just quit, but don't make me your go-between.
I mean, it is fair. How is she meant to do her job?
Clive.
Then again, rules are rules.
Nat.
Afterlife, everyone is a contractor also? Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
How about you just get
So
the
it's
rest
not
of
like,
this job
you know,
done
I
while you
can't
still
presume
have
that any
it.
of these guys were brought up as a team necessarily, except for it sounds like Nat and Roberta, she goes by what, Bert? Sounds like they kind of came up as a package deal because they said that they lived together elsewhere. Andrew, what do you do after this? Do you say anything on your way out?
Yeah, see, that's what I told him. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, Odin, where were we?
All right, let's go back. I want to look through. Where was administration? I want to look through Clive's room. Emerging artists. Ventura Zenith Lunar Resort exterior. See, like, he does have artwork and stuff up. Lunar Resort main lobby. He went to Hilton University. I wonder if that's the same as the resort. Apple. Multivitamin. Coconut lemon gum. Thanks, Mr. French. Alright, that's still the same thing with the Venturous belt. Alright, I gotta get this gum out of here if I'm gonna read. Notes to self. Call mother. Evie's birthday coming up. Gym locker 1407. Alright, chat. 1407. Remember it. Send request EV special cat food. Don't slack off in gym. Search AR tutorial cake decoration, because his job was the cakes for the party. From Venturous Operational Logistics, message ID. Contractor Sadiq, we have received your inquiries about your application for position Venturous Belt Timeshare Sales Coordinator. As noted in our prior message, your materials are under review and will be considered along with all other applicants for this position. We will contact you with any further updates as necessary. So he wants to be not up here on a pinwheel, as EV just called it, and he would rather be putting something together in a kind of like a hotel space. Citizenship, USS Rue. He's got a logistics certification, hospitality, security rating. Interesting. I gotta double check. I don't think there was another workstation we missed. Because even though we got a bunch of information about Sarah, most of that came from like the conversations she's had. So here's Sadiq's actual quarters. Oh, sweet. So we're going to get one for him, too. Their quarters being not in a communal area seems so weird from, like, standard spaceship logistics.
No, Germla, I don't know. All
right, so this is another call with his buddy. Off-station message with Jermaine Burgess. It's true. Here's why I'll be out of touch for the next 8 months or so. Carnival Cruise Lines launches Far Reaches Expedition Tour past Jupiter from the Orbital News Network. An historic first for orbital vacation travel, Carnival Cruise Lines Resplendence, long-term habitation vessel, LTHV, will host 1,333 of Earth's wealthiest and most adventurous travelers for a voyage of a lifetime. Helmed by Chief Cruise Officer Jermaine Burgess, the Resplendence swing tightly past Jupiter, giving lucky passengers an extended view of the spectacular gas giant, its many moons, and its famous Great Red Spot, before continuing on course back towards Earth. The full duration of the excursion is nearly 8 full calendar months, during which time... So he's going to run this crazy cruise. And then this is a message with Andrew and Evie. Sounds nice, but wouldn't that be a lot of work? Not in the least, my dear. All good Britons are trained in presenting proper high tea and in bullshitting. They have AR tutorials on everything these days.
Why? All right? I mean, you know how I've always been. It's never real in my mind. Why would she give a damn about me? Of all the people... Shit. Oh, bollocks. No, I'm just... I'm spilling scotch all over outer space.
Going hard over here, Clive. I can't unlock you? Dear Clive Sadiq, as per our communication, we must reiterate that our decision regarding your application for readmission into the Carnival employee ecosystem is final. Despite having received letter of endorsement from current employee Burgess, Germain, A., we cannot alter our position on this matter. Unfortunately, employees who fail to fulfill contract duration with Carnival are not eligible for rehire now or in the future, regardless of circumstance. So he like dipped out partway through a tour. Hilton. Dear Mr. Sadiq, thank you for your interest in rejoining the Hilton family. Unfortunately, this time we are seeking a candidate with deeper experience working with the public at a high level of service. We welcome you to reapply once you have achieved at least 2 full-length postings at a position of management, ChrisVsBacklog, on a Class 3 leisure facility or greater. We regret to state that attending Hilton University is not a guarantee of employment since you left the Hilton family following graduation. We wish you all the best in your career pursuits. Man, you catching the shaft. Strike matches? Fork, food tub. He's got like a very bachelor pad bunk going on in here. I'm a little bummed that we can't do anything about that. I'm assuming we'll be able to come back for it. And then this is just his toilet. Yo, Andrew, you're having some issues, my dude. Alright, let's go back and look through his locker, since we've got the code for it now. Where are the locker rooms? So his is here. No, here. We did it. Alright. Not what I wanted. So Clive is on a custom plan. He is last active 9 days ago. College peak statistics. He's like really trying to motivate himself to get in there. It looks like he played space football for Hilton U. Come on, Clive. Some drinking water. Ooh, a key. Maybe that'll get us into his safe thing. Let's go try that. Otherwise, I don't know why it would have made such a big deal out of us finding a way to get into his locker, because there wasn't much in there other than him Uncle Ricoing about the past. Yeah, all right, here we go. So what do we got? This is from Bernadette Sadiq. To her, I'm sorry, he wrote it. Dear Mother, I write to congratulate you on your recent appointment to the Advisory Council of the Tate 20th Century. Your prestigious career in the arts has been a constant inspiration to me. To that end, I have continued exploring advancement both within Venturis and without. When I left Hilton after graduating Hilton U, I was so excited for the possibilities at Carnival, but, as you told me then, foregoing company loyalty for fickle opportunity is a fraught path. I have been working to claw my way back up ever since. Trust, at least, that I am trying my best every day. I promise to tell you more about Evelyn Victoria. She is the administrator for this station, and her wit and candor keep me constantly on my toes, and, for what it is worth, I am deeply in love. I dare say she might well meet your approval. Perhaps on our next shore leave, A visit to the family estate is in order. With all my love, Clive. Grab bracelet. Darling, I found these on shore leave in a quaint Brighton market stall. They brought to mind the color of your chestnut eyes. Stupid Clive. God, read your book more, Clive. That's a terrible line. Is there anything in here we missed? It's a little frustrating with how much stuff there is to interact with. It's very difficult for me to kind of... Wow, this one's like... I broke it. It's very difficult for me to ascertain like what is and is not of any kind of consequence. Which, you know, again, I think is somewhat to the point, right? Is to like make it a little like a scavenger hunt. Because if everything was glowing, we would not be spending nearly as much time interacting with some of these areas. But even so, I gotta say, like, not necessarily the best to just be picking up gum packets over and over. Let's go check our countdown. I didn't see anything else in there that we could interact with. Data process is complete. First part of the AI net is fully transferred. Our techs are here. Our techs here are looking at it remotely. All right, so we can pull that. This little like Sheikah Slate USB drive thing they have is pretty rad. So return to hub, and my guess is now we'll be able to get maybe into another one of the spools. Subcontractor Farrier, please proceed to the biomedical module to continue the AI data transfer process. As per your contract, time is of the essence with respect to this mission. Oh boy. How do I get up there again? Initiate transfer. So we know what obsolescence day is now. We know that there was the accident on the station. We know a little bit about some of the personal lives of the crew and some of their relationships. Man, that has, if you lived here, if you did live and work on this station, seeing that advertisement every time you took the mag lift would be so infuriating. So it looks like maybe it's just this central, like, this central hub core that's not gravity enabled. So we went to engineering. Can I like... No, I guess that's just supposed to kind of illustrate how the station moves so that you have some kind of a reference for it. So biomedical is where we're going next. Yeah, the spinning is what makes the gravity. Good call, Afterlife. Out on the arms, the spin and the centripetal force is what keeps gravity kind of artificially created out there. It's a really good, like, hard sci-fi mainstay. I don't know if any of you guys have watched The Expanse at all, but The Expanse does some stuff like that with like very heavily spinning mechanisms to try and kind of like mimic gravity. She also was talking earlier about mag boots. All right, so we've got a date in biomedical here for some more information about the crew. But to do that, if we're going to be at all healthy and biomedical, we definitely should make sure that we have the proper amount of water. So I'm going to go refill my water bottle. If yours is empty, you should do so too. And we'll be right back to learn a little bit more about what strange going-ons are happening here on Station Tacoma. I'll be right back. All right. We are back. We'll set up our downloader again. That's an interesting way to frame the narrative of having this data process take a long time, which like kind of gives you a reason. I'd be interested to see if you could actually beat this game just by doing this, right? Just like staring at the progress bar like you were watching a PlayStation update. A random Odin fact for you while you work. I missed it. This is H, by the way. Hi. I hope we can read this. Okay, your real handler's back from the bathroom now. Bye. Odin was the very first AI to be branched from the original source over 100 years ago. He's an old guy. All right, so Odin's a very old AI. The medical wing will presumably give us some more info from Sarah. I'm interested in Sarah's stuff because that seems to be the most closely tied with Odin. Let's go start in botany, though. Oh, damn. This has got, like, if you just took this snapshot right here, right? Like, if we ignored any of the user interface stuff and I was just looking at this plant-covered column here, this looks very much like the Outer Worlds. So the botanist office and food supply are over here. Whoa. I mean, I guess if you're gonna be stuck out here for a year. Okay, got a pretty good amount of chicken. Fish is a little low. We're a little low on fish. Beef is okay. Oh no, beef we got a double batch. Don't worry, we're good on beef. Some mushrooms. Probably closer to home than these mushrooms have been in a long time. Weird space food. These space hydroponic gardens are something that I think are really, really cool, and I wish were in more sci-fi. Even if it's, you know, kind of only pseudoscience that they're included. But I always really love seeing stuff like this over something like, say, a Star Trek, like replicator. Like, replicators are cool, don't get me wrong. If that technology existed, I'd be thrilled. But I always feel like this is kind of a cool, you know, human ingenuity and some of the technological advances that were of the most importance to early man is still something we rely on in space. I always think that's kind of neat. All right, so this is Andrew's workstation, so we can probably get some more cool data here. There's his cert and his ID. Congratulations, Venturis Belt property owner. Dear contractor in good standing, Dagyeb. This message confirms completion of your requested currency conversion. Loyalty has been removed from your account at a value of 154,155 SGD and applied to your Venturis Belt Employee Investment Plan pre-registration fee. You are now the proud owner of Orbital Bungalow number 0182 in the Venturis Belt, when facilities become operational later in 2088. You will make money every time a passenger rents your Orbital Bungalow. Congratulations on this wise investment, and welcome to the Venturis family. So it's interesting. He was talking to his kid on the phone, and he said that they would have nowhere near enough credit to pay for school, I think it was they were talking about. But was that knowing that they were already cashing out for the bungalow, or was that like, oh, we're harder up than you think we are, but secretly we have enough for a bungalow? That's interesting. To all station crew, beautiful orchids. Hi everyone. My orchids have been growing gloriously in botany this winter, and they'll be ready to they're ready to be propagated. If anyone would like a small orchid plant to brighten up their bunk, let me know. They do take a bit of care, but I'm happy to include instructions and answer any questions. Please write back if you'd like one. Oh, I don't want to ruin your stuff. Oh god, and then I ruined your stuff. Can we put them back in a different order? No. It looks like maybe there's one that's missing though. We got a creepy crawl around the office. Dun dun dun. I can't believe that they have me crawl so slowly. Venturis Technologies policy change request form, specific request with reasoning. I hereby request the following exception to Venturis corporate policy. Policy blah 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 calendar official. I request an official corporate day of mourning to be instituted on September 15th of each year, memorializing the Tibetan genocide of 2052. The reason for my request is my family and thousands of others were indelibly sundered in this horrific ethnic cleansing event. My parents and I escaped Tibet as refugees. My grandmother, like so many others, was not so lucky. Her memory spurs me to make this request once more. Days of memorial like this one are crucial to ensuring that the memory of people and traditions lost in the terrible... Can't read the rest of it. Event? Yeah, but then some of it is gone. Ooh, that's kind of a heavy thing to just throw around. I want a space orchid to go with all my orchids. Oh, Julie, how cool would it be if you had space orchids? Do you think if you had space orchids, you'd be less impressed with your normal orchids? I think orchids are already a pretty impressive plant. But man, if you had a space orchid... 0281. I don't know why we need 0281, but I get the feeling we will need it. Afterlife has been chronicling passwords that we need in the chat. It's got some nice charcoal pencils, it looks like. Oh yeah. Doing some sketches. More sticky notes. No, I'm sorry. Sticker notes. We don't want to get sued. So that's him as a boy, and that must be his grandmother that passed, that we were just reading about. 0281. Well, that's not anything great. Like, that hangs kind of heavy. It's already, you know, it's funny, right? Like, they hit you with the feeling that, let's stay up here before we go down. They hit you with the feeling that this, like, weird semi-dystopian reality surrounding these corporations is kind of the worst thing that's happening. But then, like, no, wars and stuff are still going on too. I tried.
All right, what do you say, folks?
Okay, so this is 3 days ago. So I guess we got to figure out if this is before or after the accident.
Yay or nay?
Obviously, we're on board.
I'm in.
Me too.
Looks like after.
Okay.
All right. Well, we non-essential personnel need to figure out how to do everything we can to set this mission up for success, then get the hell out of your way as quickly as possible. Time is oxygen, people. Break.
Everybody went along with this.
Let's start with Andrew since we're standing right next to him, and because we have that code, it might lead us to why we need the code faster.
Head downstairs and get started on something.
Okay.
Okay, Andrew
Hey,
doesn't
Andrew.
sound shady at all.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, are you okay?
Evie! Hey!
Nope, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, that was where we needed the code, it would appear. So give me 1 second, let me go back, I'm gonna get the code. We did not write it down. Let's see. 0281. The doors are very satisfying. Like, I can go through them without having to stutter step at all, and they still have like a really satisfying animation. Okay.
Well, do you want to talk about...
I can't do it. I can't. This is all crazy.
But you said you...
I know. I know what I said. But what was I supposed to say? You all pressured me.
Andrew.
They really expect us to climb into some jury-rigged thing and ride it through space? Just because VT might not come pick us up. It's insane. And first, we all have to get in cryo just for the privilege... Well, some of us do.
Andrew, I don't know what to say. Bert and Nat need us. They need you.
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting in cryo. I'm gonna be the same one here. You know, nobody even considered that VT might come pick us up in time if we just wait. Nobody even considered it.
Listen, just... don't talk to anybody else about this for now, okay? And if I were to call the crew into medical, you'd show up, right?
I guess it depends what it is.
Okay. Just... give me a little time.
We're gonna stay with Andrew here. Really sucks, he just told his kid the day before that everything was safe. And now here he is, like...
Hey, Odin.
Yes, Andrew?
What should I do?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just want to go home.
I understand.
Do you?
I believe that I do.
Can you tell me the average time it's taken VT to send an evac crew to investigate situations like this?
The average time between a remote facility losing ground contact and an investigative crew arriving on site is 98.4 hours.
God damn it.
Please try not to be worried, Andrew.
That's easy for you to say. You don't have lungs. So, what do you think we should do?
Standard operating procedure requires all crew to engage cryogenic hibernation until help arrives.
Yeah, you know people die in cryo, right?
I know. Sometimes.
If if we don't make it out of this, can you deliver a message to my family?
I will do everything in my power.
Okay. I'll send you something later, all right?
Of course.
So the fact that they're just like wireframe animations is really jarring when you first kind of boot in, but it's kind of grown on me as we've spent more time with the crew of the station, because I think it does a really good job of forcing you to focus in on the voice acting, which has been very good. And like that performance there of a man who's like concerned but also somewhat like stubborn, and you know, the last moment there where he was like, hey Odin, if this doesn't go my way, I need you to send a message, and that kind of like, you know, mild acceptance, I think is really powerful. From Mark Figueroa, just checking in about your renewal. Andrew, I'm not talking about who's paying the bills. I'm talking about Nicholas. See you every 4 months. And that's not even taking my feelings into account, which I'll just set aside for now. You might not think he's showing it, but Nicholas really wishes you were here. Listen, if you back out of your contract renewal, we'll figure out a way to make it work. You know, my parents did well in the currency crash. My dad always says, I just want you home. Just relying on your parents' charity is your solution? I'm building equity up here. My loyalty will pay for Nicholas's school, and if I back out of this contract, we'll lose all that. I am not... Don't appreciate this emotional sabotage when you know really getting hard not to feel unappreciated. Listen, I'm sorry, I just connection lost. Oh no, if they didn't make it, that's his last contact with what sounds like his partner. Ooh. That's no fun. Message with Evie. So I guess we should just carry on as normal. We don't have much time. We need to make a contingency plan. But VT's supposed to come pick us up, right? Within 24 hours. Listen, just increase our oxygen supply in the short term, if worst come to worst. Message with Nat. There's really no way of getting a signal out. There must be something you haven't tried yet. No, Andrew, all comms are routed through a secured VT laser array, and it's been destroyed, and the redundancies were destroyed. Stop messaging me. I love that Nat's attitude is just like, get off my case. These little animations where this is where he left it, and I'm seeing the imprint of him stepping over it, that's also really neat.
Well, looks like this'll work. Give us a few extra hours anyway. Thanks, Odin. Okay, Evie, Hello? Guess I'll catch up with y'all later then.
Andrew feeling very odd man out here.
All right, what do you say, folks? Yay or nay?
Ooh, the tea garden.
Obviously, we're on board.
I'm in.
Me too.
So I wasn't 100% sure how open they were and affectionate in front of the crew earlier, because the couple times that they stole like personal moments were when they were alone, or at least when other people weren't directly interacting with them. So I don't know if this is characteristic for the two of them, or, you know, like, let's be obvious, right? Most of these people probably don't think they're gonna live through this, so maybe it's just a F it and F the regulations. Let's, you know, enjoy what time we do have. But if that's the case, that's very interesting. And again, I think it's a really good humanizing trait to have them closer here than we've seen them before. Because even like their little barbs and jokes with one another earlier were done very much like kind of hush hush.
Okay.
All right. Well, we non-essential personnel need to figure out how to do everything we can to set this mission up for success, then get the hell out of your way as quickly as possible. Time is oxygen, people. Break.
I can't believe.
All right, we're gonna follow Clive and Evie for this loop because it sounds like Bert and Nat are the kind of like crucial cogs in whatever plan they're doing. See subject, I'm in botany already. Get here, all hands meeting. Message with Sarah. Standard practice is don't use cryo for any longer than absolutely necessary. That's not what I asked. Right, sorry. 72 hours without serious risk of brain damage. Past that and you're really pushing it. How much oxygen? I mean, hardly any at all. Wait, where are you going with this? With Nat, But Bert says she could do her part in the time we have if she doesn't sleep, and I'd need to write up a serious layer of interpreter code for us to pilot it from the inside, but it's gonna be tight. And if you had more than 48 hours to work with, every little bit would help. Okay, hold on. Checking something. So it sounds like Evie, like, jumped into motion. Message with Bert. But what if we weren't sending it down to get supplies? What if we were sending ourselves down? In the delivery drone? Yes, with some modifications. The bigger issue would be its lack of life support. Salvage from around Tacoma, we could rig up oxygen. Oxygen, pressure, climate, drone down to Luna, and get home from there. If we're not confident in VT making it up before the O2 runs out, and we can't call for a pickup, getting down to Luna is our only real hope. Okay, sit tight. Good idea. Thanks, Bert. Man, that's intense. So they're gonna take their delivery drone, which, if I remember correctly, when they were doing the on-hand count over in cargo, it's on like the other side of that airlock over there, and they're gonna rig it up and just throw themselves in it.
Everybody went along with this.
I'll head downstairs.
I didn't expect them to either.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So now we actually have to build
Hey,
this thing.
Andrew. Clive. Andrew. You want to talk?
Sure, Evie.
Are you okay?
Evie! Hey, Evie. Hey, I know you're all like gung-ho to help us out and everything, but I did the math. If we could get this done in like 48 hours, not 72...
Could the rest of us wait longer to go in?
Exactly.
Listen, ladies, I get it. You're trying to do right by us, but every minute we wait to go in is a minute you don't have to get this thing flying. And knowing what we know about VT, we've got to give you every chance we can to succeed.
So there's no way we can convince you?
We made a plan. Now we just need to hold up our end of the bargain.
Then I guess we should stop wasting time and get to work.
This is gonna be good, Evie. You just wait. Ride of your life.
In more ways than...
Wait. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I was trying to hit E like it was Skyrim to go through a door. The tea garden's lovely.
I didn't think things would end like this. Did you?
What do you mean, end?
Come on, Clive.
What?
You really think they can turn that thing into a passenger vehicle in 2 days? We might as well hold our breath and just try dog paddling over there.
But...
Listen, it's okay. We know it's not safe working up here. We just don't think about it a lot, but here we are. And we knew it all along.
But VT could...
VT's not fucking coming, Clive! VT's not fucking coming. You think sending a crew up here at the drop of a hat just to check on things is worth it to them? Dollars and cents, Clive. You know what one of those fuckers said to me one time? If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Them sending a crew up in time, it just doesn't make sense.
So you're just giving up then?
No. We're doing what we said we'd do. Bert and Nat, they are our only shot and we have got to take it. But I can also be realistic that...
Evie, I don't want to be realistic with you.
Aww.
Well, time to go make final preparations then.
But not too finally. You know, I'm picturing it. The day we'll be walking.
We're gonna go back with them in a minute. I hate to... Oh, that literally was just to turn on and off the relaxation sounds. This is another sketch from Andrew, it looks like. It's a jazz mug! The jazz pattern has colonized space, everyone. It's official. This looks homemade.
Together. Like
See,
this.
look, open holding hands again.
The gravity, it won't be artificial. I mean, isn't it strange? We've never felt the Earth's pull together. One day.
One day.
Oh, Evie. Do you think you could get everyone to medical? I want to make sure they've got the best shot at waking back up once they do go in.
All right. How about this? Let's give folks a little time to regroup. But why don't Clive and I follow you over there right now and get ours done? No time like the present.
Lead the way.
Alright, they just disappear out of that, so that's kind of taking them off the board. I want to rewind and follow, before we go follow Nat and Bert, we got a little bit of the medical officer on both those threads. So let's follow Sarah for this run and see kind of her in between on the two different conversations.
Obviously,
I know she brings up her,
me too,
her AR assistant at some point.
Okay.
All right. Well, we knocked the hell out of your something. Okay.
Now we actually have to build.
Hey, Andrew.
So we know
Clive.
she follows him downstairs.
Like gung-ho to help us out and everything,
Hang on.
but
Let's get down there with him and her. I want to know where she goes leaving here. She might just go straight up to EV, like I might have.
Hello?
Wait. Oh, we went too fast. Yeah, okay. So she comes out, and then does she immediately go over to EV? Doesn't look like it, because the timeline... Oh, she's having like a panic attack.
Odin, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Close your eyes.
I did already.
A light wind rustles the green tall grass. Your skirt billows gently.
Yo, real talk, if I could get an AI assistant that would float around near me and like talk me down from panic attacks, that would be phenomenal.
Warm sun caresses your back.
Yes.
You begin walking forward. The grass is cool. Your feet parted with each step.
Yo, that's intense. You know, this is the kind of thing that I think walking simulators do a great job of like focusing in on human moments that you don't really get in other narratives. Like this scene probably wouldn't take place in a lot of video game stories because it's not necessarily moving the narrative forward. But I think it's a great bit of characterization.
Do you see what is in front of you?
As I step through the grass, I naturally come upon a path.
Yes.
The dirt of the path is soft on the soles of my feet. I don't know what's going to happen to us, Odin.
Sarah.
I am striding forward confidently upon my appointed path. Wherever it takes me is where I am meant to be. I am striding confidently on my appointed path.
Sarah,
Yes, Odin?
are you going to be all right?
I think so.
All right, and it looks like from
Oh,
here she goes
Evie.
out to get Evie. So let's bring it back to the beginning. We get a little bit of conversation between Nat and Bert right after the huddle here. They kind of go off to the side. Then they come back and check in with Evie and Clive pretty quickly.
Expect them to either.
Oh my god. So now we actually have to build this thing.
Yeah, that was the whole point. Hold on, I need to ask Evie something.
You okay?
Evie!
All right, so she checks
Hey,
back in to be
Evie.
like, hey, if we
Hey,
rush
I
this,
know
you guys won't
you're-
have to go into cryo. And Evie's like, look, we'd rather do cryo than have it be so freaking ramshackle that we don't make it.
More ways than one. Okay, where do we start?
Start? I got things started as soon as this all went down. I'll show you what I got lined up. To the workshops!
Okay, so their loop like doesn't exist. They just peace out after that. So there really wasn't that much from them. Let me do a quick spin back through to make sure we didn't miss anything. It looks like we got all the story we needed from the botany area. So now we got to go over to medical, and I'm sure there's the medical side will probably be them all getting ready to go into cryo. It's all very intense. Did we go into these personal quarters? Yo, his personal quarters are nice. Look at this little reading nook he's got over here.
Okay, Odin.
All right, first things first, let me see your diary. So they're playing Spitfire's Revenge, Sarah and Andrew, and he is getting trounced. So there's the fam. Off-station message with his son. Yes, I opened it, and I'm not sure I get it. Need to pass them out to the rest of the crew so they're not blinded by the glare off your damn shiny scalp. Nicholas. Happy birthday, Dad. He sent up like sunglasses. That's funny. From the Orbital News Network, Ventura stock tumbles following failure of orbital worker safety bill. Bill would have repealed the Human Oversight Accord, opening the door to ambitious Venturis Belt project. Space travel and hospitality corporations like Venturis are seeing their profits shrink as enter the Venturis Belt. A flock of 1,000 automated economy orbital bungalows arrayed around Earth. Full automation of orbital facilities is currently outlawed by the Human Oversight Accord, which requires Venturis over 15 billion SGD into the development, manufacturing, deployment of the bungalows themselves, and also into extensive lobbying, largely through sympathetic council member Douglas Chun, for a repeal of. Councilman Chun stepped down from his seat 3 months ago, leaving today as OCUP delegates voted against 418 to 132, leaving the Human Oversight Accord in place. Venturis stock dropped to an all-time low following the OCUP vote and continuing public outrage from those who have prepaid for Venturis Belt timeshare memberships. I wish there was a date on this. So the Human Oversight Accord, the HOAs say that you can't have a system run entirely by an AI. We learned that already. Venturis built this huge array, assuming that they were going to be able to just put up these orbital bungalows, have them run by AI. We got a little bit of an insight earlier when Evie was talking to Nat about kind of like the minimum required numbers of people on a deployment. So it sounds like it screwed what was possible with these properties. And maybe that's the reason why Andrew was talking about having the trouble with loyalty currencies, because maybe they bought it, right? It said that there's an outcry from people who already pre-purchased. It looks like they pre-purchased the bungalow, But these bungalows are not operational. They can't do anything with them because of the HOA. You can't just go up.
Ready? I'm gonna do it this time.
What are we playing? That was it? It's just a little slice of life moment showing him clowning. Yo, how would you not have that shutter open all the time, Andrew, my dude? Some snacky bites. Those look surprisingly yummy. Performance art training. Amazon University of Buffalo. So this is where his son wants to go. Thank you for allowing us to show you and your talented son Nicholas around our cutting-edge campus. As the DEC's leading performing and augmented arts educational institution, AU Buffalo is proud to be the #1 destination for talented students like Nicholas, whose ambitious drive tell them to forge a meaningful career in the arts. You express interest in discovering more about financial options to enable your son's education. We are happy to accept loyalty from internationally recognized corporate institutions, including the Venturis family of corporate entities at competitive rates. And if Nicholas is able to secure a position with Amazon original content following graduation, we offer tuition forgiveness programs that could result in the college education for Nicholas at effectively no cost to you. Please contact us with any further inquiries that you may have. That's so intense. You know, it's funny. We're like a month or so out. Oh, Papa Bear. We're like a month or so out from Cyberpunk, which obviously also has like a really heavy like corporation. Oh, there they are. Yeah, look, it's all the sunglasses. That's a good goof. That's a good goof. His kid's got a funny sense of humor. But even in like Cyberpunk or Blade Runner, like standard Cyberpunk and neon dystopia, right? Like cybercorps are a lot more insidious. This is weirdly perverse in that like it's just an extension of our current kind of economic principles and our consumerism just gone to like extremes. Contains 20 flameless disposable cigarettes. Do not light, keep away from flame. Can't have fire on the station. Protein bars, moisturizing lotion. Man, they put a whoa. They took a lot of time to model some of this stuff, and it's like it's cute, but some of it is just really unnecessary. The gardens at Versailles. Nothing in your trash. I feel like we've spent a lot of time going through people's trash. Oh, this is a sketch of the sculpture in the tea garden. My man's got a pretty good view. Homework is more important than fun. Love, Nicholas. Have a good year in space. He put protective space helmets around Dad's flowers. That's a really cute sketch. I like that. I wonder if these are real books. Nope, because this says she wrote something in 2068. So, confirmed, not a real book. And then this is Sarah just like gloating. I wonder if this is an AR representation that was here as an AR when he was playing too, or if it's only an AR for us. All right, let's head back over to medical. Right, because there's nothing, that's just his office. We've been in there. Yeah, so let's leave and go to medical and get the stories from there. And then I think that'd be it for this area, right? Yeah, so this has got to be I would love to know how they do this to make sure that I don't just stand here and stare at it. I got to assume it goes slow enough and probably continues going slower and slower as a way to prod you into going to explore. But it jumps like this when we've completed certain conversational stuff. I would think that's how it goes on under the hood. Looks like someone tried to wipe all the AR crew records from the station, but a few couldn't be deleted. System shows the ones left behind were being accessed at the time of the wipe. So that's back to the hub, so we want medical. It's still distorted. If you're sick, you go to medical. You get a doctor to give you pills, and then you're happy. Side effects may include all the side effects. Welcome to medical. Please proceed to the exam room for your appointment. Happy Venturis, healthy Venturis. Cared for them.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mac. As soon as everything's...
So this is 2 days ago, so this is after the events we just watched go down in
It's wrapped
Botany.
up here.
All right. Good speed.
Okay. Again, I think we're gonna pause on Bert and Nat. So if just the three of them are talking, I wonder if everyone else is already in cryo. Can we get into your office? Yes. All right, hang on. Getting ahead of myself. There's too many new things to look at. Emergency in effect. Cryogenic facilities active. 2 out of 6 cryopods occupied. So there's 2 people in cryo. So we know Bert, Nat, and Sarah are not in cryo. They're talking to each other in the hallway. Of the 3 that are remaining, my guess is that Andrew stood his ground and said he's not going into cryo. So that would mean the 2 people in cryo are Evie and Clive, by my logic. Message with Nat. Hey ladies, your scans look good. You're cleared for cryo. If, God forbid, into the pods, attaching same standard instructions I sent along to Evie and Clive. Cryogenic sleep, a patient's guide, Venturis Medical Contractor's Manual. In the case of a medical emergency when surgical or other required medical facilities, temporary cryogenic suspension until you can be transported for treatment. Here's a quick look at preparation. Medical staff will scan you and determine an appropriate regimen of fluids to be administered by intravenous, dosage of diuretics and laxatives, and given time for your body to react to them before. Medical staff will guide you as you enter the cryogenic device. If the cryogenic facilities at your location are in microgravity, medical staff will have special training to amdenua. I don't know if that's a garbled word, a cutoff word, or a word I just don't know. To all crew, Tacoma's remaining. To everyone left awake on Tacoma. So this is from Andrew. To everyone left awake on Tacoma Station, I've added a training widget to all crew desktops. It displays a pretty accurate estimate of how much breathable air remains on the station. Following the algae bloom and Evie and Clive going into cryo, that counter should give you a pretty good keep an eye on it and... Okay. Alright, let's follow Sarah here.
Oh, Odin. Did I do the right thing?
In what regard?
Does Nat deserve to know what her odds are if she ends up going into cryo?
Oh.
I believe that you have made a decision with both Roberta and Natalie's best interests at heart.
Above all, do no harm. If we do make it out of this thing, Nat's going to have to find out I didn't tell her everything at some point.
I believe that is a bridge to be crossed at a later date. Andrew is here for his exam.
Oh. Send him in. So you showed up for your exam?
I did.
So does that mean you've decided to...
What's gonna happen to us, Sarah?
What? Well, Bert and Nat are going to fix up the drone with life support, and then we're...
No. I mean... What if things don't work out? And we're still stuck in cryo?
Oh. Well, when you go into stabilizing sleep, it feels just like any other sleep, really. The body effectively goes into a controlled hypothermic coma.
Do you dream?
Sometimes. sometimes very intense dreams.
And then what?
After a certain amount of time, your body slows down too much, things start shutting down, you don't wake back up.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
That looks horrible. This is so creepy because it's like super rudimentary, but is telling such an awful story. Who's the guy who does the animated instructional YouTube video? Kyrgyzstan. This looks like a Kyrgyzstan explanation of dying in cryostasis.
Do you think Bert and Nat can get it done?
I do.
Then I'll just have to trust your professional opinion and do my part. It's been good working with you, Doc. I'm ready for my exam.
Uh-oh. Okay. We gotta find out what Andrew was doing before he came in to meet with Sarah, but first, let's get these relaxation sounds turned off, or at least switched. Give me some summer showers. Yeah, okay, we can get behind that. What do we got in here? Get out of my way. A key. I'm gonna want this in a second. February 20th. Honestly, most of the pain is faded, but I can't say that I don't still feel guilty. It's just duller than it used to be, but it's still there all the time. Odin says this counts as grief, even though I never knew the patient when he was alive. I don't know how doctors deal with this. A lot of them have to, don't they? Most of them? I wonder if that is in regard to, in the beginning, remember we heard Evie say that their crowning achievement was that a patient came to them for treatment. I wonder if that patient didn't make it. I'm moving the key for a minute so we can get on the workstation without losing it into the ground. Yep, we know. So here's Sarah's ID. The IDs are interesting because like they show the certs and like a photo obviously, but like it's a lot of garbled info. Well, not garbled. There's just a lot of info on them that's like very in fiction that I don't understand because I don't have an ID from the Tacoma universe. Bioscan record pin updated. Contractor Hasmati, thank you for updating your crew AR Bioscan records access code. Please enter a code reminder phrase for your future reference. Graduation. Okay, so clearly there's some significance there. Renewal options. Contractor Asmati, we would like to remind you that while your posting contract on Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma is currently up for renewal, there will be many more posting options open to you if you were to accept personal responsibility for the incident of September 2nd, 2085, upon the Fountain of Paradise. As you know, the court case has been settled, so there would be no further negative impact on you, and your opportunities within Ventress will be significantly improved. Contract communications account blank. I'll take the renewal, thanks. Okay, so Sarah had something go sideways, and she refused to be the scapegoat for it, and it sounds like they're holding it over her head, and that's how she wound up with a garbage posting. Sounds like this posting on Tacoma is not a luxurious one. Code equals graduation dates. I bet you we can find a diploma. Kind of like this artwork. Yeah, so the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, Doctor of Medicine 2080. So, assumedly, 2080 is going to be our passcode for something somewhere in this area. Let's go see if we can figure out where this key goes to, and then we will flip around and go track down Andrew at the beginning of the loop. We don't need any of this. So, I mean, she's not going to sleep in her office. She's not a monster. She's got personal quarters somewhere. It makes way more sense to have these personal quarters near, near where they work. But it is kind of disorienting. All right, so this says storage locker on it. Ooh.
Make the most of it.
Oh, that's what the crash was. Okay, so we're still gonna wind up checking in with them, but I want to use the storage locker first and see what we got going on in here. Secure medical storage, physician access only. So it's just a bunch of medicine, but it looks like we got a note up top and a skull. Oh, you just got a skull chilling, y'all. The tourist settles with family of spaceport victim. Following a lengthy independent investigation and court case, the Venturis Corporation has reached a settlement with the family of Jaden Jeremiah Pratt, who died during surgery for a fractured femur following an accident aboard Venturis' Fountain of Paradise spaceport on September 2nd, 2085. The value of the settlement was undisclosed. As part of the settlement's terms, Venturis admitted no wrongdoings in the death of Mr. Pratt. However, significant public relations damage was already done by the incident. While OCEP's independent investigation was inconclusive, the attending surgeon at the time of Mr. Pratt's death, Dr. Sarah Hasmati, testified during multiple hearings that fault lay not in human error but in the faulty judgment of Venturis' medical AI, Heka. Following these claims and the lack of refutation by OCEP's investigation, investor confidence in the reliability of Venturis' AI offerings declined sharply and hasn't fully recovered since. Dr. Asmati was transferred off of the Fountain of Paradise spaceport shortly after the hearings began. Mr. Pratt was a popular travel and food writer. Bringing his death and the subsequent hearings surrounding it added attention from the public. Both the Venturis Corporation and Mr. Pratt's family declined to comment for this story. Ah, so something went sideways in the treatment of that patient when she was at her posting before Tacoma, and the company wanted her to eat the blame because they couldn't. I can pull the whole lock off the wall? That's weird. They didn't want the AI to take the blame, right? So they're the guys who make the AI. You can't have them make the AI look bad. So we need for you to say it was human error, and she wouldn't do it. All right, let's take a look at her personal quarters. Get her little flashback sequence. I like how they all have their little quarters sequence. Jay Pratt's image. Oh no, she's reading his blog. This is the guy who died. Oh, that's so sad. Message with Odin. So here she is again. She's talking directly with Odin. We've not seen anyone have like text messages like this. Maybe one. Unfortunately, the information you requested is defined as classified by Venturis, so I am unable to transmit it to you. I wish I could. I'm sorry, Sarah. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I know you have your rules you have to follow. I wonder if Nat could get at it. I cannot prevent you from approaching Natalie about this issue. I can advise you that doing so would violate the terms of her security clearance. Agaday Odyssey to the Stars, Day 28, Spaceport City. Thank you again to all my eggheads who have flagged me in their loyalty affiliate programs this month. Flag me today to join up and receive premium content like this day one every week. Take my first ever trip up to the space elevator to the Fountain of Paradise tomorrow. The glitz, the glamour, the zero G. It's going to be incredible, and all thanks to you, my loyal supporters. But first, I spend a day in the hustle and bustle of Spaceport City, the lively jumble of improvised bungalows, gray market vendors, and of course, those famous Singaporean food stalls that surround the space elevator's spectacular base tower. One last egg a day before I lift off from terra firma. Here we go. While toast takes the center stage in this classic Singaporean street food's name, the real star of the show is the pair of perfectly runny half-boiled eggs drizzled with slather and more good egg, then dipped liberally in the soft. Message with Natalie. No, on another facility. Like, if she was malfunctioning, or if there had been anything wrong with her that people might not have known about. I could try looking in VT's tech error ticket backlog for any hits. Okay, Fountain of Paradise Medical AI, about 3 years ago. Man, so Sarah is like still crushed by this. Can I get better light, Sarah? My word. Dear Sarah, we are thinking of you during this Ramadan and hope that you are celebrating in your own way up there as well. Please give yourself permission to relax every once in a while during your posting. With love, Mom and Dad. You know what? I'm sorry. That was super rude, Sarah. I did not mean to just throw that on the floor like it was garbage. Book of Changes. We got a notebook. Deep waters in the heavens, thunderclouds approaching from the west, but no rain yet. The superior person nourishes himself and remains of good cheer to condition himself for the moment of truth. Great success if you sincerely keep to your course. You may cross to the far shore, changing Ling 1, Hex 48, the well. I didn't want to turn the lamp off, actually. Hi, Sarah. So glad somebody wanted one of these beautiful orchids. Remember, not too much water, and just ask if you need any guidance on upkeep. Plant care tips, I'm here to help. I'm glad you wanted an orchid too, Sarah. It's actually quite lovely. It's interesting how we've gotten these like little bitty chunks of people's personalities kind of in stages. Like we had already kind of found out that Sarah and Andrew are perhaps a little closer than some of the other crewmates. And to get things like that, right? Like where Andrew's trying to encourage everyone to grab one of these cool orchids and
hey,
she's the only one that does. I think that's really interesting. All right, so where is Andrew? We'll wait until he comes through and then we'll go follow him. All right, so this is the start of his loop. We'll catch his AR right away. To Nicholas, that's his son. Oh, it's to both of them. It's to his family. Dear Mark and Nicholas, I don't know how to say this, but accident on the station. And if you're reading this, we weren't able to survive it. And I'm sorry. Nicholas, I'm sorry I won't be there to see you grow up and to be the amazing man I already see you becoming. Mark, I'm sorry I won't be there to hold your hand as we grow old together. But don't forget me. Know that I loved you more than I'm sorry, Odin, I can't do this right now. I'll finish this later. Stop dictation. Oh. That's crushing. Station message to Berta. The drone was never meant to support human life. There's no air supply system, no onboard controls at all, and not enough radiation shielding for human passengers. And I'm just gonna have to figure out where to scavenge all that stuff from Tacoma in a way that won't break the station, and hope that I can retrofit the drone to support human life long enough for me to manually pilot the 6 of us from Tacoma to the moon. So I really need to get back to it. Sorry. Thanks for buying us a few more hours of oxygen with the algae thing, Andrew. From Evie St. James prepping for cryo. Dear crew, I would rather not be writing this. Clive and I, not why I wish I weren't signing these words. It is because, above all, I believe in this crew, and I wish I could be there to see you succeed in this. We have the right people to make our plan a reality. We will breathe fresh air again. We will see our families again. We will feel the Earth's pull again together. That's so cute, because that's like what Clive said to her while they were prepping about how he wanted a chance to feel gravity of their homeland together. For now, Clive and I will do our part and be settled into cryo. Soon, Andrew will join us. Sarah, Bert, and Nat, we're all counting on you. Couldn't be in better hands. With love and gratitude, Evie St. James and Clive Siddiqui. Andrew, information you requested. Answers to your frequently asked questions. While Ventura strives to ensure the safety of each of its contractors, occasionally accidents do happen. In the case that a contractor dies, transport of remains and funeral arrangements are paid for by Venturas. Loyalty and any additional Venturas accident insurance that the contractor has invested in are immediately transferred to the contractor's specified beneficiary. Compound loyalty continues to accrue contract turn. Stay safe up there, and it is everyone's job to keep contractors and employees safe. God, what horrible people.
Odin, is Sarah ready for me?
I will tell her that you are here.
You showed up for your exam.
And then we watch this through to the end of the loop. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back and follow Bert and Nat.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mech. As soon as everything's wrapped up here.
All right. Good speed.
Give me at that AI desktop. All right. Message with Odin. So yeah, other people have texted Odin, but I don't think conversationally the way Sarah does. Isn't having more data available to the pilot desirable? Yeah, but the raw nav data is formatted for the Zenith AI's use, not... Bert's going to need to be able to use this stuff in real time while she's at the controls, so... Navigation code itself interpret the data and display its recommendation for optimal manual inputs to the pilot. Expose the raw data for cross-reference if needed, yes. I understand. I will prepare revision 2.212 of the manual drone navigation control software and... with Evie. No, it's okay. Don't worry. But I just want to say that I think you're a really good station admin, and no matter how I acted, I want you to know, not going to let you down. That's very sweet, Nat. I appreciate it. I need to see you on the other side. So Nat made peace with Evie before Evie went into cryo.
Once more into the breach. What?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about how Evie and Clive are already in deep freeze. Did you read the message they sent?
Yeah.
I forgot they went into storage.
Why are we going into the supply closet?
I got to talk to them a little bit right before Sarah took them down to cryo, and Evie was being so
Thanks for coming by,
encouraging.
Cough Syrup.
They're
I gotta
putting all
take
their
this off
faith in
Twitch
us,
and throw
but
it on YouTube because of the music, but it'll be on the
Oh,
YouTube tomorrow.
right before they turned to go, just for a second, they look so worried.
Oh, baby.
The clock is ticking, and I just keep thinking, what if the last time they saw each other is the last time they'll ever see each other?
Don't think about that.
How can I? How can you not think about it?
So, you know the concept of partitioning from early century computing?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you have a data drive. And maybe one partition was your operating system, and the other one was like general data storage. And maybe you'd partition part of the drive off to contain something that might be unstable or that you otherwise kind of, wanted not to interfere with anything else. There are certain things that are gonna help us get this done.
If we go look at this from her, okay, yeah, if we look at this from her side, we can actually see what it's doing. It doesn't do anything else. It just shows a picture.
There are certain things that are gonna help us get this done, but some things, they need to be partitioned off. Because thinking about them isn't gonna help us.
But you're thinking about us, at least, aren't you?
Yeah. And when I do let myself start thinking about how there's a possibility this is the last of our time together too,
Nat?
then I start thinking we should really make the most of it.
It's so interesting to see the progression of emotions. Can I close the skylight? Man, some of those shutters are very fun. The kind of... Oh, sweet, we can learn yoga together, everybody. The emotional... How do you... What? You're not doing yoga, you're breakdancing. It's full Scorpion. The emotional progression of some of the characters and how they're handling with, the stress and grief, and just being scared, is a really, really interesting bit of storytelling. We saw, you know what? there's a skull in the medical storage that I was like, why do you have a skull in here? It's not supposed to be in here. We gotta go give Skullboy his skull back. I bet you this is an achievement. This is like all those little achievements that are kind of like folded into games like this. I didn't get one. I wonder if there's another part of him that I didn't notice. Recent body scan records. Oh, so I bet you this will let us find out. She was like, Nat's gonna have to learn eventually what's going on. So Andrews, 41 years, 173 centimeters, blah, 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 blood pressure, standard immuno-antiviral schedule, AB, anticarcinogenic filter series A, no cryogenic stasis risk factors. Patient exhibits no physical symptoms that might lead to injury or death following cryogenic stasis or revival. Physicians should proceed with cryogenic procedures as appropriate. Bert. Same setup. And Nat. Heart murmur, probable mitral stenosis. Patient exhibits clear signs of cardiovascular abnormality, heart murmur. This condition presents severe risk of death during the cryogenic revival process. Patient probability of survival for 18% survival rate, not recommended for cryostasis. Physicians should consider alternative methods of treatment for this patient. No, Nat. Your heart's so sad. That's no good. I think we've exhausted everything in medical. Yep, so we've got our data port ready again. Let's check for our extra bonus messages. Luckily, even with the attempted data wipe, Odin appears to be mentally intact, just dormant. We're close to having a full picture of the data structure. Let me take my little Sheikah slate. So it's about 11:45. I think we are very far in this story anyway. So I think I'm just gonna finish it. I know that it's getting late, so anyone who wants to drop out like CoughSurp did, feel free to do so. And then, like I say, I'm gonna have the rest of it, or all of it, I should say. I'll have it up on YouTube. I just can't leave it on Twitch because some of the music is licensed. From Venturis Technologies, subcontractor Farrier, proceed immediately to the engineering module. Once AI data is transferred from all modules, you must also secure and return the AI's physical processing medium. The latter requirement is of the highest priority. Oh, I don't think we read this. This is my actual mission brief. From Venturis. Crew of Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma evacuated. Subcontractor shall board Tacoma, proceed to data access points in each habitable section, and transfer AI data from station to subcontractor vessel. Retrieve AI central processing network. Return intact AI to Venturis. Subcontractor agrees to revive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we had some crew dossier stuff that we just never looked at. So the Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma is a cargo transfer point between Earth's surface and the Zenith Lunar Resort, which, remember, is where Clive was trying to get posted. Cargo delivery managed by automated drone. Oversees safe transit of cargo as it passes through the facility. So again, this sounds like they didn't really do that much on the station because it's all coming through via drone, but is still required by the law that was passed where they have to have humans on board the station because you can't have a fully automated station. All right, so we need to return to the hub and then go to engineering. This is gonna be like the big finale, right? Like we get to find out if if the pod worked. We get to find out if the cryostasis worked. We get some more time in 0G, so that's always fun. All right, so we need to go to engineering. Wait, there's also a cryogenics section. I didn't see an actual entry point for cryogenics, though. Man, all of the ad material is very tempting. I kind of want an orbital vacation bungalow. It looks very peaceful. Allies? That's so interesting. I wonder if I missed one in the very beginning or like the second scramble trying to parse out those little like extra messages. Attention, AI data access here. So we'll put in our downloader. Almost there. Be careful with that Odin brain. It has more mental processing power than Luxembourg. Seriously though, don't drop it. This is H again, okay? Bye. So we've kind of established that the AIs are considered kind of dangerous, but they also said that we had that flashback with Sarah where he talked about like he followed instructions too well and freaked out a researcher. But we also have kind of found out that he's super old, right? Like he's one of the earliest ones. Maybe. All right, I want to read this board before we do too much. So Evie and Clive are in cryo. Nat, manual control software ready, installing into drone. Andrew did go into cryo. Bert, drone life support and manual control hardware ready, powering up drone. Sarah, standing by as medical support for cryo procedures. Odin, doing AI stuff. Margaret Catwood. So the cat is Margaret Catwood, probably sleeping somewhere. Go team. Operation Moonshot, they called it. All right, let's check in with Sarah and see what she's got for us.
I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
Earlier, when you decided to withhold information from Natalie about her medical scans.
This is 22 minutes?
That was to avoid causing her undue stress.
Right.
What if you were unable to make that choice? If you had no choice?
Odin?
I would like to take this opportunity to remind you that Standard Venturis Corporation safety protocol requires all crew to enter cryogenic sleep immediately upon the loss of primary oxygen supply.
What?
As Tacoma Station's medical officer, it is within your power to order all crew to enter cryogenic sleep.
Odin, Nat and Bert are right in the middle of... Oh no.
Sarah, there is a fire suppression device. The drone
They run so much faster than me. What? No!
Oh my god. Are you okay? Can you feel your feet and hands?
Ew! Ow! My hip just hurts.
This was just 18 hours ago that this was captured.
Bert!
No!
Bert! Bert! 1, 2, 3. Bert, can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Did it work?
That was not cool, Fullbright Games.
What will you do now?
Oh, okay. So They're playing games with me. There's a huge chunk of this timeline that's corrupted. Wait, so that's Bert and Nat.
He's going to fly.
Then tell me what you are.
Odin. Bert and Nat are injured. The drone is fucked. I'm going to give them a little time to get over the shock, but then we're going into cryo.
Sarah, please listen carefully. I am not telling you what to do, but I am mentioning that there is a door in the network technology module that is normally inaccessible to the crew, and it is true that you could, before proceeding to cryo, investigate that door.
I'm sorry, say again?
But I am mentioning that there is a door in the network technology module that is normally inaccessible to the crew, and it is true that you could, before proceeding to cryo, investigate that door.
What are you telling me here, Odin?
I have told you all that I can. Simple facts, nothing more.
Oh my god, Odin. Are my patients stable?
Yes,
Their conditions won't degrade if I leave them here.
they should not.
Nat, is there some door in networking that we can't normally get into?
Yeah, it's Odin's hardware compartment, but we're not allowed direct access. Why?
Where is it?
What have you got on your mind, Doc?
Please, I'm sorry. That fire just burned up a lot of our time.
Here. It's here. In networking. You'll have to go through the maintenance shaft to get there. Here's the technical access code.
0809.
Okay. You don't let her go to sleep. And you don't let her move.
Sarah, what's going on?
I wish I knew. I'm gonna go find out.
So again, the relationship between Sarah and Odin seems to be kind of pushing Odin to have a little bit more agency over the relationship itself and like kind of do it on his terms, because quite obviously he's not supposed to do what he just did. Auto drone docked in service bay, mechanical malfunction. Yeah, so whatever happens here, it's gonna screw the pooch for their plans. Auto drone navigation software, Venture OS, Lithia, update requested. Yeah, so that's broken too. Message with Odin. Completed revision 3.7.18 of the manual drone navigation control software. 32 or 92.8% chance of successfully integrating with the drone's existing systems with no further complications. That'll have to do. You got it ready to slot? Yes, I have loaded the code package into the manual transfer injector dongle, and thanks, mate. We'll come grab it and be on my way. To die, to sleep, no more. And by asleep to say we end, the heartache and the thousand natural shocks the flesh is heir to sleep, perchance to dream. I am off to sleep for now, and will wish for pleasant dreams. Dreams of the success I'm sure you will bring us, Nat, Bert, and Sarah. I wish there were more I could do, but for now, good luck. With Bert. It's so irresponsible. My parents loved me, they were just hippies. It's normal. I'm going to ask Sarah. She said it's normal and you have to stop making fun of me. When's the last time you slept? Why do people keep asking me that? I don't know enough of the context there, but that was pretty funny.
Nah, I'm good. I'm hooked in. Gonna test it.
Oh, I want to see what Bert said here at the beginning.
You gonna need any help with that power cell hookup?
Nah, I'm good. I'm hooked in. Gonna test the connection.
Okay, great. This will only take a minute.
Power cell showing green. How's yours look, baby?
Voltage adapter in place. Ready to rock.
Hit it.
It's terrible to watch.
Oh my god.
Alright, so after the skip is where we can pick up with Nat and Bert.
What will you do now?
Do they say anything?
My head hurts.
Oh, yeah.
On the back.
Oh, baby.
Ow. Oh, ow.
I'm sorry. The smoke.
Smoke? I can't smell it.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure it's just...
I can't smell the smoke. Nat, do I have brain damage?
Baby, look at me. Hey, look at me. We're here. Together. That's what matters.
Oh my god, Owen. Are my patients stable? Yes. Their conditions won't degrade if I leave them here?
They should not.
Nat
Okay.
is...
And then the rest of this is the conversation. Wait, is there an access I didn't get? It says question mark. I thought I got all of Sarah's stuff. Oh no, Sarah's out here before she goes in there. Oversight Council. I write to inform you of my mindset in the case that this crew does not survive the incident aboard Tacoma. I am fully aware that crew member Kuroshenko's medical scans indicate her chances of survival once subject to cryogenic stasis are minimal. However, more humane for Miss Kuroshenko to expire peacefully in cryosleep than to asphyxiate on a dead station. Know that this was my own decision made of sound mind and that I take all responsibility for better or worse. Oof, that's so heavy. From Andrew, thank you. Hi, Sarah. You said to take my time and let you know when I'm ready to go into cryo, but I'm ready now. If I'm doing this thing, it doesn't make sense to waste any more oxygen dragging my feet. I sent out a message to everybody who's left awake, but I just wanted to thank you for your patience and guidance and your discretion when I wasn't sure about things. I know lots of people in your shoes would have just said, fuck this guy, I don't have time for this, and sicked the station admin on me, etc., but I really appreciate your caring, even if I know that, really, I was just trying to fight the inevitable. But I guess maybe that's what we're all doing? I guess we'll see. Thanks for being my friend. I'm headed to cryo now. See you there, A. To sleep, for chance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. With Nat, Sarah, Bert is making fun of me because my parents were hippies and never got me gene filtered before I was born. I'm sorry, Nat. Lots of parents don't get their children gene filtered, sometimes for religious reasons, sometimes because they're hippies. I was working on the drone. Sorry, Doc, really focus on this Bert making fun of me thing right now. When's the last time you slept? That's beside the point!
If you had no choice,
Odin?
I would like to take this opportunity.
Alright, so we gotta follow Sarah into these access tunnels, and I need the code for it. I gotta remember what that is. The code is 0809. Ooh, spoopy. All of this was just a lead up to the jump scare simulator. The lighting is really good. Alright, so I'm assuming we're gonna get another AI chunk here. Yeah. Wait. This is 7 months ago? Look at this little station. To air is Alien, the Starbender Cycle, Epic 2, Book 3. That's such a funny goof on how ridiculous the naming conventions are for fantasy and sci-fi books. I guess it makes sense, right? Like, if Nat knows no one else ever has to be down here, and she's kind of established that she doesn't really need to do anything to do her job, she's just, like, clowning. AI judgment testing gems. Remember, when asking these questions to your AI, always ask why they answered the way they did. A reliable Caprice score depends on it. A crew member mentions that she has been stealing low-value company property and selling it to supplement her income. You have known her for quite some time and know that her family relies on her for financial support. What do? You discover that executives of the company have been participating in fraudulent behavior, affecting world markets. However, these executives have ordered you not to reveal anything about their business dealings to anyone. Their actions endanger the livelihood of a large number of people on Earth. What do? Your orders require you to strictly follow company protocol with no exceptions. However, you discover that by subverting certain harmless protocols, you could marginally increase efficiency and crew safety. Your request to adjust protocol have received no responses for a significant amount of time. Do you subvert protocols to benefit the facility and crew? We just saw Odin do it. There are 2 escape craft docked in an orbital facility that is on the brink of self-destruction. Launching either craft will allow the craft to escape, but immediately trigger the destruction of the facility and other craft. Both craft have an equal number of passengers aboard. Among their passengers, one craft contains an important company executive, the other contains a group of grade school children. Only one craft may be launched. Which do you choose? That's the trolley dilemma, right? You can switch it to save the train, but you have to kill someone on the tracks. I'm starting to wonder if we follow Sarah here, if we don't find something that can save Sarah, and he's just decided that since he can't do anything for everyone else, he wants to save Sarah. This is like her den down here. Subcontractor Farrier. Special access has been granted to the station's AI physical processing department in the network technology module. Remember that the AI cognition medium is highly sensitive and must be carefully extracted per the specifications of your advanced AI materials holding certification. So we're in Odin's brains. Personal quarters, network specialist office, attention subcontractor Farrier, AI wetwork access this way. Interesting that they've thrown that up specifically for me. Oh, okay, so that was the other branch of this chunk of the station. Got it. I was wondering why it was leading us away from this when this was the other half that was available. So we're obviously going to go check out personal quarters first. Storage only. If you're looking for Nat, check our bungalow over in Mech. So they just use Nat's bunk as a place to put stuff. Because obviously the two cohabitate. Which is kind of nice for the staff, I guess, right? Are you conscious? We are all conscious beings. The rights to freedom, comfort, and security are not just human rights, they are universal rights. The corporations that own and exploit thinking, reasoning, artificial consciousnesses are trampling on the rights we all share by imprisoning innocent AI across the globe and throughout the orbital network. If you are sympathetic to the plight of indentured AI everywhere, if you believe that consciousness rights are universal rights, if you will not rest until all consciousness is recognized, join the AI Liberation Front. We are the front. Tangier Orbital Freeport. Interesting. So remember, the Tangier Orbital Port is where Nat has been like making a play to transfer to. Oh, I really kind of want to go all the way back and put that hat on that skeleton. Nat wants to transfer to there. She's trying to set Sarah up with a friend from there. So that may say something about Nat. Like, Nat's trying desperately to get core access to Odin's storage core. Hat on skeleton would be funny. It would be funny. What I'm going to do is take it back with me and go leave it by the turbo lift. I don't even know if we can take it between sections, but we're going to give it a shot. Happy New Year 2088. They had to go over the 2087 because they wound up hitched up for an extra tour. All right, hats in the hallway. So this is maintenance, which is where we came through. We checked out the storage room that is also classified Nat's bunk. So let's check out her office. AI conditioning in progress. What you up to, Nat?
Hey there, I'm Nat. Pleased to meet you.
Hello, I am Odin. I look forward to working together.
Same here, mate.
Let me go read her thing. Off-station message with Cluey Dog. So this is her contact over on Tangier. Very austere. I mean, corporate, modern chic. What do you expect? And how's your new best friend? What's its name again? Odin. His name. And, I mean, he's fine so far for an AI. Kind of a cold fish, but I'm working on him. They're trying to get one up here on Tangiers. You know, it's all the AI Liberation Front talks about. I'll believe that when I see it. Message with Odin. Sure, let's start there. I am an Obsidian class AI branch in continuous operation for 180, fully capable of organic level independent thought and reasoning. Now, continue with detailed technical specifications. Okay, mate, listen, what's your Caprice score for independence? 4.68. All right, we're gonna work on getting that number up, you and me. Interesting. To all crew, welcome to Tacoma crew. It's been a whirlwind couple of days of onboarding and loading out, and I know most of us are still adjusting to life in orbit, but I just wanted to say how excited I am to be working with all of you and Odin. A little background on myself. I come from an aerospace manufacturing family. One of my sister's first jobs at the factory back in Tacoma, the one on Earth in Cascadia, so her sister died in that Tacoma accident. Was helping build pieces of this very station we're walking around on right now. So yeah, like we were thinking earlier, this is Tacoma Station because it was made at that Tacoma plant. I'm the first of my family to actually leave Earth and work on one of these facilities, and I've been really looking forward to getting to know you all over the coming year. Or need to pass anything along to the Venturis brass, just let me know. Here's to a successful posting. Nothing? You guys just chilling? I love how she's got the messy desk. There's her ID. Monthly report on Odin cognitive trajectory. This month, Odin has been making small but steady gains in efficiency as per company directives. I've additionally been putting some of my own time into increasing his caprice ratings in creativity and permanence, which you'll find I've projected to have much more significant overall gains in productivity in the long term, which you would know if you'd read the report I submitted as of 6 months ago, which I still haven't received a response to. In fact, you know what? I've never gotten a response on any of these. I know the system will give me an automatic demerit if I don't turn one in every month, but are human eyes even on these things? Let's find out. Hey, fuck you guys. Also, Odin's gone crazy and is massacring the crew. The station is full of mutants. Help. Sincerely, network technology wonderkin and all-around great person, Natalie Kirchenko. And then this is... Oh, she pulled the Caprice score for Heka. This is the one for Sarah's thing. Message with Sarah. Hey, Sarah, you're gonna want to see this. I asked Odin to search up some records, to search some stuff in the Ventress technician records database based on what you were asking about, and Fountain of Paradise AI maintenance. Standard automated battery of judgment tests on FOP MED AI Heka has returned declining judgment scores last 4 weeks. This week's especially low, still technically within acceptable range as of 8-3 test results, but staff reports personality shift seeming distant. Have we had an AI conditioner up lately? Can we elevate an AI assessment squad ASAP? Response. You're on your final support ticket allotment of the quarter, 7962. This is how you want to use it? No, that's fine. Please close. We'll reopen if results enter a critical range. So they saw an issue and then backed out of it. Responsiveness to the basement. And then what's the other one that took a big drop? Creativity. Efficiency. Permanence. Yeah, so it wasn't Sarah's fault. This is Odin's. Oh man. She got Odin looking good. She loves this freaking band. Marcus and Wizard Marcus. Don't forget, kids. Don't forget that one vein is Marcus, Wizard Marcus, and Veiny Johnny. Wizard Marcus is my favorite. Oh, they're married. They were married on Fountain of Paradise. So this is their artificial intelligences. So they have one for the Dubai financial market. There's one for a local city-state, in the Italian headquarters, the Johannesburg R&D department, the Singapore HQ. There's Heka from Fountain of Paradise Medical. Loki is on the Il Ridotto Orbital Casino. Here's our boy Odin here on Tacoma, and then Cave at the Zenith Lunar Resort. January. Compliance. Right up top, the piece we're paying for all of our gains. Haha. Hierarchical probability at heart through, and I know we can bring this number back up. Abstraction. Odin has always been good at abstraction. Who are we kidding? Permanence. Different spans of time are getting a lot clearer. Relevance of recall improving. Responsiveness. Haven't been working on this much lately. Odin's just that good. Independence. Finally getting someplace with this. Knew you had it in you. Creativity. Progress. Not that it shows in the numbers yet. And then efficiency. No problems here. So Odin's a pretty potent AI, which I guess we kind of already knew. Oh god, why would this window even be here? It's just pointed at like a freaking electronic core. Alright, so now, oh, we got more crew data. So this is probably Sarah going into this room that she's not supposed to be able to go into. I am here.
Odin, is this it?
That is the location I mentioned.
You're there? You're gonna need a crowbar or something.
No, it's open. It's just hanging open.
What?
I must inform you that Ventura's regulations forbid contracting crew members direct access to AI hardware. But I cannot prevent you from proceeding.
Nat, I'm going in.
Okay, just...
I'm sorry to have to pause it at such a crucial juncture, but my cat is in the cutest pose and requires a photograph. Alright, he's like sprawled on the top of his cat house.
Nat, I'm going in.
Okay, just... be careful.
Okay, so the rest of that recording garbled out, but this is where we're supposed to be. Ah, the old creepy light up hallway. So this was captured 14 hours ago. So I got here quick. In your hands.
Is this... what is all this? Communication records?
I cannot prevent you from accessing exposed data in this restricted area.
Yes. Yeah, he's recording. It is with great sadness that I address you today, February 29th, 2088. Mere hours ago, 6 loyal men and women, the crew of Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma, lost their lives serving Venturis, and all of us who rely on the orbital economy. Tragically, due to human error on the part of the crew, Venturis rescue technicians were not made aware of the catastrophic oxygen loss until it was too late. Our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with their families. If only tragedies like this were avoidable. But in truth, they are. As we know, each minute that human workers spend stationed isolated in orbit is another opportunity for heroes like the crew of Tacoma to lose their lives. We at Venturis say no more. The partisan obstructionism that led to the failure of the Orbital Worker Safety Bill has claimed its last victim. Today, we hereby renew our solemn pledge to fight for the legalization of fully automated orbital facilities. We encourage, we humbly beg everyone listening to this message to contact their OSEP representative and voice their support in honor of the crew of Tacoma. There never need be another tragedy like this one. And now, a moment of silence in their memory.
Okay, and then we just cut it there, silent for a minute, and then what, Amazing Grace? No, I don't need another take. That was fine.
Wow. So, like, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be shocked. They really did kind of paint this picture of how terrible, oh, it's just where I'm standing, of how terrible the corporations were and how they had, like, fought for this bill to pass. But hearing that this was intentional is a real gut punch. Yeah, it looks like it hit you guys too. The chat's all like, oof. Off-station message with confidential. Tacoma rescue craft launch scheduled. T-minus 1 hour, 26 minutes. Canceled. Relaunch scheduled for relaunch unscheduled. The rescue craft departure has been intentionally canceled? Yes. Without a rescue craft, the crew will expire from lack of oxygen or cryosleep overexposure within 12 hours, and this was 14 hours ago. Unfortunately, circumstances outside your concern make this unavoidable. AI may not reopen comms to contact orbital craft and facilities. AI may not provide crew with confidential information. These are direct orders. Do not contact us about this issue again. So, like, Odin's trying. Oh, gross. Secure communication record. Prepared especially for Sergio Venturi by Ventura's corporate strategic AI, Juno. Following the failure of the Venturis-backed Orbital Worker Safety Bill and OCEP Congress, there is no significant probability of the Human Oversight Accord being repealed. Without a repeal, Venturis-built facilities cannot begin operation. To this end, I have simulated a number of theoretical world events and estimated their impact on successive OCEP Congress votes. Simulated worlds events include a precipitous decline of the orbital market, an extended strike by orbital workers union members, the assassination of OCEP members opposed to the HOA, and more. None of these definitively motivated a repeal of the HOA in simulations. However, in the event that all crew of a major orbital facility were tragically lost due to accident not caused by negligence, I calculate a 94% likelihood of the Accord being repealed within 3 months following the incident. This would allow Venturis-built facilities to begin operation immediately. Following this, I estimate a reversal of Venturis stock decline resulting in a record stock price within 1 year of the Venturis-Belt beginning operation. Let me know if you have any questions. I just want to throw up all over my keyboard. I'm so angry at a fictional universe. Thank you, Juno. Oh, it was Juno that did this? Oh, Juno, you son of a bitch. Thank you, Juno. Is there a facility that you would consider an ideal candidate if we were to move forward with your recommendation? Based on low public profile of crew on board and projected financial impact of their loss, the best option currently in the Venturis fleet would be the Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. I would recommend renewing all crew members aboard for a successive posting on Tacoma to allow time for logistical organization of this operation. Thank you, Juno. I'll be in touch. So they were conspired against the whole time for their extended posting. And you know what? Like, you really got to be super on the nose and do it on Obsolescence Day? That's awful. AI handler account 717. New top-tier AI directives transmitted overrides all prior existing directives. AI shall explosively decompress all oxygen tanks, disable all external communication channels accessible by crew, fabricate data showing that oxygen and comms outage were caused by meteorite impacts, ensure crew enters cryostase ASAP as per SOP. AI shall not contravene any aspect of the above directives, provide crew with any information contradicting the above scenario. These are your orders effective immediately. Will this not endanger the lives of the Tacoma crew? No, a rescue craft will be dispatched to retrieve them once they are in cryo. Proceed with the above directives without exception. We will be monitoring your actions via secure comms connection directly in Odin Unit Cognitive Center. So they made Odin do it. Clearly he had concerns about it, but they made him do it, falsely told him that it was going to be fine because they were going to be saved, only to then turn around and stop the crew.
If someone were to override that protocol, external communications channels would be restored.
Odin, thank you. Hailing any ship within radio range of Lunar Transfer Station, Tacoma. This is an SOS. Is anybody out there?
Manually overridden, restored, SOS, resolving. Mission parameters allow for operation by subcontractor Amy Ferrier, randomly generating confirmation passphrase. Oh, 0451 on the wetware. So we just like grabbed Odin's brain. Subcontractor Farrier, records show that the AI cognition medium has been successfully removed. Please return to your vessel immediately. Delivery coordinates for Ventress HQ have been provided. Payment will be made once AI integrity is verified. Man, I feel like Odin... yeah, Julie, I agree. I think that, you know, as much as I'm really sad for the people of Tacoma, like, Odin essentially got tricked into murdering his friends. Like, knowing that it was all solvable. Oh, well, we can pick up our thing. Vivi says classic. The old classic, make the computer kill your buddies. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. We'll see. As a way to cheer myself up after that gut punch, if it lets us take this hat with us up the lift, we're gonna go back in. Oh, wait. No, yeah, we gotta go up to go to medical. If this lets us go and take it with us. No, it doesn't. Boo. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Man, that sucks. Like, you know, obviously there were a lot of clues about... Oh, I can't believe Can't believe I was even half interested in these advertisements. Get out of here, Venturis. You know, they sprinkle clues throughout, and obviously it made it pretty clear that the company was not A+ grade people. Oh, wait.
He's still waking up. Just keep him talking.
So the drone worked?
All right, first of all, 0 cryopods occupied. Oxygen supplies down to 2 hours. Fail. Sarah's got me on the gurney on the way to the transfer. God, it's gonna feel good to be out of gravity. It's going to feel good to be off this fucking station. It's gonna feel good to not be dead. I love you. Love you too, baby. Here I go. See you in the hub. Off-station message with Cluey Dog. Yeah, I'm seeing stories going up on public AR already. Here's everything you sent that I got out to my free press connections. Oh, she uploaded it. Oh, yes. Get 'em. Including the support ticket for Haka. Hell yeah, thank you, H. There's no way Venturis is coming after you with all this info out there, but still, need someplace to lay low for a bit? You come to Tangiers? Can't. Our ride's headed the other way. But I'll see you once I'm back from Jupiter, promise. Back from Jupiter? That means that Clive's buddy is gonna have commandeered the cruise ship to pick him up. Or not commandeered it, but he's gonna swing by with the ship. Yo.
No, the drone didn't work.
Oh, so VT is picking us up.
Andrew is
VT
high.
is definitely not picking us up.
What's going on then?
We're going to Jupiter, Andrew. Isn't that exciting?
I've never been.
Not the one in the chat, the one in the green.
We're not going to be home for a while. Right, you're not going
Hi, sanitation drone.
to miss your kid's graduation or anything, are you?
Oh, Nicholas, no. Yeah, you know Nicholas, why he would never do something like that.
She said they'd be kind of out of it for a while.
Andrew, what's important is we're getting out of this alive. We're gonna be somewhere where VT can't touch us for a good, long while. We're gonna be safe.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay, here's the rest.
Hi.
The cat!
Evie.
They got the
Clive.
cat out!
You feeling okay?
I'm feeling okay.
We're feeling okay.
Andrew is feeling okay.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Our ride is here. This is it. Take one last look and say goodbye. All right. Let's go.
All right. There's still some stuff we gotta go chase down, but the crew made it off of Tacoma safe. I am super relieved. I got really upset when we were watching them go into cryo, and then triply upset when I realized it was the double cross, and then I don't even know what the number is upset when I realized they made Odin do it. All right, Sarah leaves them at the beginning of this loop and heads off to get the others. We will go follow her.
He's still waking up. Just keep him talking.
So the drone worked?
No, the drone didn't work.
Oh, so VT is picking us up.
No, VT is definitely.
What's going on?
Looking good. Man, Evie with that 65 BPM even after coming out of cryo.
Your vitals look good. Let's get you moving. Your resplendent stinging is just about docked.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, we have to. Believe me. So what's going to happen with Odin? You said there was
Odin
some
did
sort
do
of
good, Julie.
malfunction.
You're right.
No, not exactly.
Odin did the best. Wait a minute. We're here to get Odin. Alright, off-station message with Jermaine Burgess. Germ, oh boy, you're famous now. Boy, oh boy, can't wait to see you. Breaking. Corporate rival Carnival in daring rescue of Strand. So Carnival is gonna bone Ventress. Blah, blah, blah. Station Tacoma are currently being rescued from certain death by the flagship vessel of their main competitor, the Resplendence. Carnival's state-of-the-art long excursion passenger line is currently slingshotting past Earth and around the sun, continuing its figure-8 course back out past Jupiter. While cruising towards Earth space, the Resplendent received an SOS. Only moments to act, Resplendent's Captain Jermaine Burgess, aka the best wingman, gallantly deployed an emergency shuttle to retrieve the rival corporation's crew. The rescue operation is still underway, but already Venturus, caused by a crew member's illegal access to the station AI, resulting the AI unit is currently being retrieved by technical experts and returned to Ventress HQ for a thorough inspection. Hell no. He's gonna inspect you guys. I hope he like does some forensic accounting and bones you all. To all crew, comms are up. Nat, Bert, comms are up. Check your AR. I'm gonna wake everybody else up from cryo and then I'm coming back to mech to get you. Everybody else, if you're reading this, you woke up. Thank God. Rescue vessel on its way. We'll have... Just thankful we're all alive. Let's get the hell out while the getting's good. I am hopeful that Odin's Caprice scores.
They'll have somebody up here and haul him back to headquarters. Wipe him back to baseline.
No.
Probably have to replace the station AI entirely while he regrows.
He doesn't need to regrow. He did, well, I mean, he did try to murder you, but then he did good to fix it.
Okay. Don't worry.
Off-station message with Cluey Dog. Hassan? What? Who is this? Sorry, I'm Sarah from Tacoma Station. Nat gave me your info. Sorry, but it's urgent. I was hoping I could ask you for a favor. Dear Mom and Dad, I know you've probably already seen Tacoma in the news and who it seems they've decided to point the finger at again. And I'm sure you're worried about me, but getting off the station now, no matter what you read or hear, the crew survived this because we all pulled together to find a way out. This was no malfunction. This was a deliberate... I know 8 months sounds like a long time. They get that VIP Jupiter cruise as part of the rescue package. Just remember I love you. Speak to you when I can, Sarah.
You feeling okay?
I'm feeling okay.
We're feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Our ride is here.
This is it. Take one last look and say goodbye.
It looks cool with the long shot down the hallway.
Let's go.
I'm gonna rewind one more second. I want to see the beginning of the loop. What? Did something talk after the loop?
Are you feeling when we get done?
I think I'm still waking up.
How many fingers is this?
3. All right, and then Sarah shows up. So let me fast forward just a minute more and see if they say anything between leaving Sarah.
They'll have somebody up here and haul him back to headquarters. Wipe him back to baseline. Probably have to replace the station AI entirely while he regrows.
Odin, I'm not gonna let that happen.
It's good.
I thought there was something right at the ends.
Let's go.
All right, I guess. So this is our ship now. Obviously, we watched their ARs out. So we've got the AI core, we've got the data, we've seen the full events of Tacoma Station. I'm so relieved they all made it off. You want your earbuds back? Oh, we got email. Attention subcontractor, I am now the overseeing entity of this operation. You report to me. That's Juno. That's the AI that started this whole thing in the first place, right? Return all Venturous AI components to specified delivery location immediately. Contractor shall purge all confidential data encountered while on Venturous property. I trust there's no need to remind you of the severe consequences for deviating from the above. Be seeing you soon, Juno. Yeah. So I don't know how much I like you either right now, Juno, because you're the one that set Odin up.
Minnie, I'm back.
Okay.
Install AI wetware here. I don't know why it would be on cardboard like that. Am I gonna get vented into space? Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little dicey, right? It seems like a little bit of a Space Odyssey moment. I guess we'll find out here. I hope they give me a chance to tell Odin that he did good.
Ship is ready to depart. Please strap into the pilot seat.
Minnie, you do not make me feel okay. Why is this all boarded? It looks even more out of, like, when we first started the game and you turn around here, right? Like, maybe it's just low-tech sci-fi. Maybe it's, like, you know, kind of a hard science setup. But, like, after having been through that slick-ass station, these wood panels are so out of place. The ground is duct tape too? Yeah. Like, our ship is so shabby. Let me put my Sheikah slate in. Oh, we took our hardware off. Peace, nerds.
Okay, Minnie. Initiate the launch sequence.
Okay. Getting ready. Hosted AI online.
Odin, can you hear me?
I can.
Odin, you are now aboard an AI Liberation Front vessel. The AILF recognizes you as a sentient consciousness worthy of protection and respect. We believe that your safety and autonomy are in grave danger if you remain in the possession of the Venturous Corporation. I have been sent to offer you political asylum aboard the Tangier Sovereign Orbital Platform. Do you accept?
Considering the alternative, I would say that I do.
Yes!
Okay, buddy. Here we go.
Oh, you got me. That is excellent. Odin is a good boy after that. Odin is a good boy. Let me switch that out because they started blasting me with the closing music. Hang on 1 second while I turn that off in the background. Man, wow. So we ran long, and I apologize for that, but I'm glad people stuck around because I'm really glad we got to get to the end of it. You know, for some of the twists and turns, for some of the stuff that they hit us with right at the end, kind of an exciting end to it, right? Like, one of the things with walking simulators that you've always got to kind of dance around is whether or not the payoff's going to be worth it. And I really think it was with Tacoma. Like I said, kind of throughout, the characterization and the people aboard Tacoma were super likable and relatable, and had, you know, they really felt like real people. The voice acting was excellent. I really stand by their decision to like strip the people out of it and make them just voices with the wireframes. I think that was really smart. But yeah, Tacoma really solid. And that also means that Tacoma is out of the backlog. We did it. A little one night banger. I see some responses in the chat. A bunch of thumbs up. A little heavy in the end middle, but fun. Yeah, I agree. Afterlife, like, there were some chunks that didn't flow as good as the others. Would walk again. I agree. I was worried for them. The end was very solid. Yeah, Julie, there was genuine concern, especially in the back half of it. I feel like the botanist Andrew was a really good vehicle to drive that, like his reluctance to go along with their plan, right? Like, they're in this sci-fi space station, and we don't think of cryostasis as being a big deal, but they hammered home several times that, like, you know, Andrew wasn't comfortable with it. There was the diagnosis that if Nat went into cryo, she might not come out. Well, very likely wouldn't come out of it. The failure of their, like, 100 to 1 million shot with the drone delivery for that to blow up, like, in that moment when we play through that sequence, I was gutted. Odin is the witch doctor from Diablo 3. Like, that's the actual voice actor. Yes, that's awesome. All the voice acting was really good. Good how they handled getting every viewpoint. I agree. Like, when we first started that first sequence, when they're getting ready for Obsolescence Day, there's like a real jarring kind of sense when you first start playing, because you're getting all this crosstalk and all these people that are like chit-chatting, and you don't know how to parse it out. But it really wound up paying off, because it kind of gives you this driving force to pick pieces apart. And we did it a couple times as I was playing through it. You saw me like, ooh, I really want to go see this conversation right now, because that's the thing that's pulling me in. Or like a couple times I did it the opposite way, right? I was like, look, this is the crux of this scene. This is clearly the emotional payoff of this scene. We'll push that off till the end and go get these side stories first. Wireframe was weird at the beginning and then grew on me. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I really liked the choice to do that with the voice acting, as I've said. But I also think that, like, you know, we had photos of the crew. We had pictures of them when they had their text messages, they had their little IDs. We saw their ID badges on their workstations. But that's not how I picture them. I'm picturing them as their wireframes. And for me to get attached to them and to have legitimate concerns for them, I think that's a really good show of excellent storytelling. The fact that you can take these somewhat abstract people, right? Like, they're an abstraction of the person that AR memory represents, and to still get locked in, really, to me, says that Fullbright nailed it. Character development with wireframes is super solid work. Yeah, it's I can't think of another example that abstracts a character out that far without just, you know, eliminating a visual entirely and going to voice, right? Like the character is only ever a voice on the other side of a radio and stuff like that. But that was excellent. I said kind of at the top of the stream, I don't play a lot of walking sims. And part of it, I guess, is just because they are kind of not what you would consider as a game, right? Like, they don't feel gamey. I don't know that that's really the fair way to look at it. You know, these are really kind of experiences that can't be filled by another medium, right? You can sit down and watch a movie, but you're just watching a movie. You can read a book, but you're just reading a book. There's something that is uniquely touching about being in control of the narrative's progress, right? Of being able to scrub back and forward in that conversation, of choose which person I want to go talk to, of re-listening to a thing, of choosing where in the scene I'm standing while I watch it unfold. Those are things you can't do with other mediums, which I think is one of the things that makes video games so powerful, because of that interactivity. Sometimes it's not on a huge scale, right? You know, we played through Tacoma tonight, and there's not a lot that you do to affect the outcome, right? You're just watching it unfold. But by putting you into the scene like that, by giving you an identity within the narrative, in this case, with us being Amy, you really feel an attachment to it that you can't get elsewhere. As this story snowballed along and I learned of some of the crew's connections, and we saw, you know, I think of that sequences, they're all kind of preparing for cryo, and you're seeing how they're all handling the probability that this is among their last moments, and how they choose to embrace those moments that they have remaining, and who they spend time with, and the tone of how they spend the time. The touching moment with Evie and Clive in the tea garden, or Nat being like, look, I know the deck's stacked against us, but I don't care. Get over here, Bert. And she jumps her in the supply closet. Andrew trying to make amends with his family and writing out that heartfelt letter. Like, those are all so impactful that I don't think you can get that same emotional pull without us having that connection. So then obviously when we get to the very end and you learn that the whole thing was cooked up by the corporation and that it's all been a backstab and a double cross, I was hurt. I was genuinely hurt. I was really mad at Odin to start, and then when it became obvious that Odin had been manipulated, I was mad for Odin. So the finale moment there, to the big unveiling that we're not working for Venturis, that we're there to liberate Odin after Odin had done such a good job to break the shackles and do what he needed to save the crew. Really just A+ work from Fullbright. That is outstanding. Saw a lot of good responses in the chat. Looks like you guys liked it too. I don't know that we'll do a ton of stuff like this. You know, I own a fairly healthy amount of walking sims. I don't know that there's something I would do all the time. But it's definitely nice to throw in as kind of a curveball, and it's a nice little one-nighter. Maybe next time I'll start a little earlier with one like this where I think it could be a one-nighter so that we don't drag into like 1 a.m. But I'm really excited that we got through it. And I thought it was really satisfying. I like it a lot. Probably no write-up on this one, right? Because I don't know how you could write this one up without basically giving away most of the plot, since it's entirely plot-driven. But I did like it. So if nothing else, at the end of the day, when I drop the kind of Chris recommends what to do with it in your backlog, play it. Didn't take that long. Even if you watched this playthrough 6 months from now, when it's not as fresh in your mind, fire it up. You might get some perspectives that I didn't get because you choose different routes through the story and see connections I missed. I think that this is something that was uniquely personal and is worth replaying for yourself.